All right.
Okay, sorry about that stream. I thought I was late today, so I thought they'd already talked about this, but they hadn't. So that's why my stream was live then, rather than it not showing a what's it called screen. I do apologize for that. I need to unpause that as well. Put new markers in. 1, 2. Cool. There we go. I am ready to D&D.
Things every time you do a marker. Every time you do a marker, just add another sound.
Yeah.
1, 2, 1, 2. Oh! Oh!
Slap across the face.
Eggy, eggy, eggy.
And I don't know if it's gonna bite me or not.
What was that?
Not that I'm scared, but like I don't want to get bitten because I got bitten so much over the summer, and I'm fed up, and I don't know where it's gone.
Where's what gone?
Something.
It's this giant thing.
It looked too big. I think it's probably just a crane fly or something. But
I mean, you're in the UK, so I mean it's
it's not gonna be deadly.
It's got to be deadly. We're in the UK.
It attached to me, and then it just disappeared, and now it's gone. I don't know where it is.
So, who wants to do the recap from last week?
I think Para should, because she's all excited.
She did it last week, though.
Oh,
do it
okay.
last week. I can do it if nobody else wants to.
I didn't just throw everything everywhere.
Good luck getting this out of order.
Okay.
You want to give it a shot, Atari?
See whether or not you
Okay, Tara, yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure, I'll do it.
Down.
Dear diary, today we went to tavern. They did not have the fermented milk. It was terrible. We received message of possible job. It is known that there was great work done in sewers, and we were meant to go and slay this thing so that people can have good sanitation again. Deciding between ourselves, we decided to take on the job because good fights. Going down, we did some information, went to see the person, got a nice map and instructions, went down straight into the sewer, and got ourselves into a little scrap. It was very good. Upon further investigations, we find some nice treasures and chainmail, and I'm considering this was very good payment for work. We are still in the sewers, and I have no idea how I am writing this because it is very dark.
Yeah, that'll do.
I like the specific details, you know. Someone else's diary might not even mention fermented milk, but it's important to you. It's important to your opinion.
That was brilliant. Ah.
Well, why don't you take that inspiration?
Wait! Doing it in character.
So yes, that is what that last week you didn't get a job. You did miss the part where you went to another tavern and met with the.
I mentioned him. I mentioned him. I mentioned that we had to go meet the person about the job when we got the information and the map and there.
He did, God, he did.
Okay. I was reading a side note. You also, and you met Ovar and received a small side job as well as the one to clear the sewers to find a heirloom in a small wooden box, or a moderately sized wooden box that was lost during the first attack. So you've gone through, you've beaten you've had a couple encounters inside of the sewers. You've gone through some heaps of semi-sentient fungus and killed what was possibly fully sentient piece of seaweed that had hopes and dreams and a crippling fear of death.
and dreams would kill us.
And a family.
And a family of other seaweed creatures deeper in the sewers. It was just it's his job. You went through that, beat that encounter. Yeah. And then you found a small side inlet, or inlet, I guess it would be an old passage that has now been revealed as of recently, and have been going through it, looking for looking for whatever. I don't actually know if you had a reason for coming down here, but you're in here now.
What did we find last time?
Well, you went through. You found a trap, very pitiful, half-rotted and not effective trap. You kept coming down, and then right at the end, you found 2 corpses that were on the ground, and that was where we left off. You had looted the corpses, found a couple bits of. You found a chainmail shirt, some money, some old daggers, that kind of stuff. And you now are, where you're at the map, you are inside of a tunnel, half stone, half carved, well, half rough stone cave-like, and then half carved stone. That was what was originally here, back when this place was well-traveled and being in use. And to your south, you have a large section of cave in front of you where all of the stone seemingly has rotted away, if it was ever there in the first place. What would you like to do, or would you like to wait till your 7 foot tall man comes back?
Prophet of Muhammad comes back.
Oh, just
Well,
as
if
a
he's
side
gonna-
note, because I've been waiting for this for like a week. I finally got it in the mail. It's been here. My 5th edition Foes book.
Oh, great. Wonderful.
I had the PDF copy
Yay.
I've been using. Now I actually
gonna
have
be
the
a
physical
big-
copy. Which means I have like all the pictures now, and I can easily just switch between them and everything. By the way, Fantasy Grounds, this book is integrated into Fantasy Grounds. You can pay for it, and it's integrated as a monster manual. You can drag and drop the monsters onto the field.
Oh,
That's awesome.
goody.
They're all disappearing.
Quick,
They're all
you know,
disappearing.
off the cuff encounters.
Yeah, I can use them for that, which is awesome. Actually, I'm trying to find it right now because you guys haven't actually been able to see what you're fighting. Really? Oh, by the way, I don't know if you guys can see this. I probably won't be able to make it out. That.
No,
is a
thank you!
creature.
No, thank you! No, thank you!
Look at it. It has
No!
arms.
I don't want to look
has
at it!
arms
Oh, no.
and hands.
No, it doesn't!
Hands.
Stop showing me!
What the fuck?
Be
I was
gone,
showing them some of the
Satan.
monsters in this book.
I hope
They're
that
really
that paid back a mark. I had 2. Can I have 1 now, please?
Let's see here. I'm going through. I'm looking for what you guys actually have fought. What have you fought? You fought a giant eel so far. I'm trying to find the
Some
pictures because
seaweed
I haven't been able
and
to
a
share the
purple
actual pictures.
mushroom.
Mushrooms.
The mushrooms. Let me try to find those.
Yes.
Try and find those whilst we wait for Midge, because.
Ugh.
Where is he?
I just had to
Who
go get
knows?
Oh, I'm glad you let me know your fear rival, because that way I can use.
I
that
told you
to
my
do.
fear! You evil SOB!
Look at that guy right there. That's a
Cool
brain
spot.
spider.
No, it's not. It's hell on earth.
Yeah. It's a spider made of brain.
So if we just give it enough ket, it'll be fine, right? We just have to slowly rot its brain.
That's all.
Literally rot its brain.
Just imagine this like fucking brain spider just fucking cage, just like mumbling around like.
No, I'm wrong. It's Nos, isn't it? Nos is the one that literally kills your brain cells.
Wait, what?
Spice. We need some
Nitrous
spice.
oxide.
Nitrous oxide it.
Oh, I thought you meant the energy drink.
What the fuck energy drinks do you have in America? Why is
It's
it named
called
after a
Nos.
drug?
Because why wouldn't it be? There's a
Monster
there's an energy
Energy.
drink here.
Why not?
There's an energy drink here literally called cocaine.
Wow. Is it
Jesus.
fortified with
It's
actual cocaine?
delicious.
No, it wouldn't
Sorry.
be.
No, it's actually
Monster
delicious.
Rocket edition, containing actual rocket fuel.
There was one that the army had for, like, was contracted to the army for a little while
Oh,
that had
I know what you're
minuscule
talking about.
amounts of cocaine in it.
Yeah.
So the army was just microdosing cocaine the whole time.
Well, no, because they bought it from a source in Afghanistan or Iraq. I don't remember which country it was. And
Of course there was. That sounds
after,
exactly.
like, they've like, the troops started acting weird, so they tested it and they found it had micro amounts of cocaine in it.
Well, then they just had to get rid of the rest of it, so they just drank all the rest. We
Well,
bought
yeah.
it. Nope, that's the wrong one. That's just a giant sentient chicken. I love this one.
Yes, Archmage, a spider made out of brain. He's evil.
So you just pour some alcohol on it and it gets really drunk really quick.
I wish.
Oh, there we go. That's what you were fighting. This is the that's the
Mushrooms.
guys you're fighting.
Oh, look at that. That's the face of someone who has hopes and dreams.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Yeah, not anymore.
You know, if you need a larger like picture for the
Hey.
webcams, Perry, you can just up the size and like your menu screen. Like if
Yeah.
you go to the
What?
cogwheel thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go to the
Where?
Go to the cogwheel.
Menu wheel.
There's a cogwheel. There's
Cogwheel
a chat
games.
avatars,
Mm-hmm.
regular. If you click it, large, small
Large.
names only.
Now I can see you guys.
There you go.
I don't
Hello.
have terrible eyesight. I definitely not
Oh,
deteriorating.
thank you for reminding
Well,
me because I always.
I have one of
I
those
wear
golden
contacts,
tickets.
so
I have a golden ticket for Specsavers. It literally says golden ticket. and it's
Oh
like,
my god, I'm the only
20%
one here that doesn't wear glasses.
sounds like
I'm
you could though.
You
You're
sound like you
blind.
should.
I will eventually. I'm like
I wear
just,
contacts.
just not
Yeah.
good enough to see. So I like it's not worth the blimmin' cost.
I hate
Oh
wearing
no, you could
Glasses.
check out
For that
check out
quarter subscription.
check out online. Go to Zenny Optical. It's an online store that you can get glasses at. All you have
Is
to
it
do
American?
No, it's international. You can order from pretty much anywhere. I'm fairly certain. All you have to do is have your
credit card.
prescription written down and everything like that. These glasses right here, like at a optical, like I don't know, store, like a place where you get glasses. These used to cost like $60. I got them for
An
$29.
opticians.
Opticians, like $29. My dad picked them up at the same place. He has bifocals with progressive lenses, so it's it goes dark in the light, like they turn to sunglasses. He paid $600 for his last pair. He got basically a copy of those with even better frames, and they cost him less than $80. Like it's direct. It's instead of going through like a whole bunch of different shipping and stuff like that. They're direct from the places that they make the frames anyways. So
Okay.
it's a lot
well,
cheaper. So if that's the big hurdle for you.
I mean, it's just that like there's more things. In in a couple years when my eyes have got bad enough that I will need glasses.
The earlier you get glasses, the less problems you'll have later on. Because if you let your eyes just keep getting worse and worse and worse until you finally need them, that's whenever damage is already done.
Yep, I can confirm that. I'm only wearing them now because I've needed them since 23, and I put it off all that time. Just sort of like
Yeah.
squinting
Well,
to see
aren't
that
you
the
lucky?
standards are straight. And
I got mine when I was
then I
like
gave up.
6.
Now, to be fair, like I got glasses back when I was in like middle school, and then I never wore them. And then a couple of years back, I was just like, my eyes hurt all the time now.
Yeah.
Where the hell's Midge?
I don't know. He said BRB, but this is not
He had to
RB.
run and get some cranberry juice. He was out.
No, he needed to get
Let's go.
components
What's
of
the
bread.
store?
Wait, he didn't go out to get it, did he?
I don't know. You
Joking.
know him in real life. Go ahead and ask. Don't you have his cell phone?
Let me just get the bus up there, and I can the free buses up there.
Okay, I can ask him right now if you really want.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes, we want to know where it is. We demand. Oh, no, we don't demand.
We're just gonna
We
keep
demand.
No, you
it.
want- Well, you
We are just gonna-
We demand our 7-foot cleric gets back in now.
Where you at? Texted.
All right.
Old
Well,
school.
while that's going on, since it doesn't seem like he'll be right
Old
back.
school. Texting.
What,
Old school.
What would you guys like to do? What would you guys like to do? You have a. You have
Okay. Well,
a
how about
sim-
Isaac just? I don't know. He gets a tummy ache.
I can just pull Isaac
He says he's gonna
along with
sit
me.
there for a second. He has a
I'll keep him with you guys, don't
celestial
worry.
tummy ache because he did a bad thing.
He did a bad
He needs
thing.
the
He
angel.
let us loot some corpses, so the gods are punishing him. His god is punishing him.
He's got angel gas.
Oh, don't forget
Ooh.
his torch.
That is true.
Ooh, we seem to have some kind of strange thing here, like an altar or something.
Wait, slow down so I can draw this.
What?
I'm keeping a map.
Draw me like one.
Yeah, Chris has been through my dungeons before.
Just draw me like one of your French girls.
The
I
first
didn't
time
even
these
think
guys,
about that.
the first time these guys went through a dungeon that I made in D&D, they got lost and spent an extra hour in it because they couldn't figure out a way out. They had actually gotten lost.
Wow. So describe, please.
Am I supposed to
So
draw this?
you are you went through a small passage that looked to be natural cave, but as you go through, you find a collapsed wall of brick and cut stone.
I'm just gonna steal his necklace. I have the light now.
Perception check.
You went through. When you go through, you see that this. Go ahead and do a perception. But you go through and you see that this looks to be a very old section of these burial chambers. If they were ever connected at all, you see no indication that the passageway was connected to the one that you, or this was connected or in any way to the other. This cave between this area and the one that you were just previously in the center of the room, you see a small raised platform with two small staircases. But the top of these staircases and this platform is bare, crumbling and.
Can I do a
very
history
damp.
check?
What are you doing specifically? Against
I'm
what
trying to
platform?
figure out if there's anything on the platform to indicate what might have occurred up here, like old stains or something that's been left behind.
Oh, go ahead.
I mean, it seems pretty obvious. Ritualistic sacrifice.
But what kind of ritual? Well, no kind, none at all.
Do you ever roll well?
Huh?
Do you ever roll well?
Yeah, when we're in combat.
Well,
Do the
luckily for you,
damage.
coupled with your perception check, you look around using the light to aid you, and you realize from the look of this and kind of being somewhat familiar with dwarvish architecture, you look up and you see what looks to be a collapsed in, and filled in section of roof with rough stones, rough stones making a plug of what used to be, you assume, to be a vertical entrance to this chamber, maybe ladder of some sort that had previously been here that went up to another section or another level slightly above, but has since been filled in, whether by accident, time, or purpose. But it has definitely been closed off for so long, and the seal is not total, as water seems to be slowly dripping. Little drops are dripping down into the chamber you're in, which explains the moist stones on the platform and the green mold in the corners of the room that, although don't seem dangerous, you get a kind of a fungusy, rotty smell from the room itself.
So there used to be a way up or down from this platform.
It
But
looks
now-
like it's just up. because this looks to be the bottom. You don't see any
Okay,
weight
but if there's
down from
dripping
here.
coming from up, then we don't want to disturb the. We don't want it to, flood us.
Collapse.
So we don't want to shoot it with an arrow?
Oh, I volunteer.
No.
You volunteer yourself as tribute.
I'm just saying, if it's dripping, there could be water.
Could be a river. Could be an aqueduct.
You are in sewers.
Could be a toilet.
You are in the sewers. So I'm sorry.
Oh,
so-
yeah, no, we don't want that pouring down upon us.
We
There
already
is-
walked through it.
Well, this is just fertilizer. You know how to use it?
But you can definitely tell that this was a larger complex at one point. As you exit the chamber with the platform, you go out into what seems to be a smaller, maybe assembly area.
Someone killed Isaac.
And well, like, I'm the only one that can move Isaac and himself, so.
Someone being the omnipotent presence.
But you see half of it has fallen into disrepair and continues into that little cave section that you got here from. And the exit to this little assembly area, this little chamber, seems to not be exactly the way it would have been set up. The right side of the passageway is solid, but it does seem to be made up of loose stones that have collapsed from a larger passageway that would have gone north. So there would have been a way deeper into probably more complexes of chambers and rooms and things going to your west and then north, but it looks like it collapsed just a long time ago. Judging by the overgrowth of mold and other bits on these stones.
Good to know.
And then it keeps going into a dead end next to it. That was intended to be a dead end originally, anyways.
Alright, so should we head back?
May as well.
I'd like to investigate this dead end. Or
Yeah, I was gonna
looks to be a
say, can I
dead
do an investigation check just to see that there's nothing else here?
I'll do a perception.
Well, I'll assist in this matter.
Oh,
Are we just doing advantage in checks, or are we doing individual rolls?
Hey, you
Well,
got
it's
above
just-
10 there. That's good.
Yeah, question God. Are we doing advantage in checks, or are we doing separate checks if someone is assisting?
If somebody's assisting, then you will roll advantage.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm doing then. I'm assisting him in investigating this dead end.
Oh, hell yeah.
Should just roll 20 then. That's good. Going through my notes here. Give me a second. You see at first you see through the torchlight and the flickering shadows just a dead end. Nothing remarkable about it until you peer deeper into the darkness and you see something that catches your eye. Between two of the stones you see a small bit of metal peeking out. And as you get closer you can see it is a latch.
Hmm.
I'm very suspicious about this.
Hmm.
What do you think,
I've
boss?
been
Pull the latch!
binge watching Adventure Call all week, so all I keep wanting to do is go into a falcon hoof, impression every time. I don't think anyone else here but Midge knows what I'm talking about.
Well, he doesn't have a clue because he's not here.
Yeah.
What
No,
would you
no,
like to do?
no. The power of the mind. I'm gonna get an answer.
So, what, from the latch?
No, from Midge.
You
So
see
why are you asking the wall?
I pulled the latch.
You pull the latch.
He pulls the latch.
So it's
Everyone run!
It's a small metal hook that reaches out about a half inch. So you wrap your finger around it and kind of pull, and it's very stiff. So you kind of it catches you off guard for the first bit of travel, and then you finally put some more weight into it, and then you hear a small shifting of your of the gears inside behind the stone.
This is my brother, everyone.
Hi, Paris brother. Hi, Paris brother.
Hello.
Them, everyone.
Not anymore. You don't live here.
But as you keep pulling, it goes to a full inch, 2 inches, 3 inches, and then it stops.
And she was very disappointed.
And then you see a small stone about maybe a foot away recede into the wall. And now you have a small hole that's like that big. Like to take a look inside?
Yeah, I'll take a peek.
Because it's in shadow right now, but if you get torchlight closer, you see a small cutout in the brick below that brick. And it looks to be a hidden compartment.
Is there anything in it?
You reach your hand in, and you feel something, and you take out what seems to be some rotted parchment.
Ugh, this is disgusting.
Wait.
Here, Arwin. You take, boss. Take.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Just gonna stop
Like,
wiping.
how
Afterwards, I'm
many,
gonna wipe
how
my
many
hand.
pieces is it in?
It's like, well, there's like 2 or 3 solid pieces of what you think was the original document.
Okay. So I have a question about magic.
All right.
If it requires something, but it doesn't have a cost after it, it would be in a component pouch, right?
Yes. That's how we've been running it, just for everybody using magic and stuff. If it lists a requirement as a material item, if it doesn't list a cost of it, a component pouch will allow you to still cast that. But like if it says, oh, you require a diamond worth at least 100 gold pieces, then you need a diamond worth 100 gold pieces. So that's not going to be a component pouch. But if it says you need, frogs intestines or something like that instead of or dried frogs intestines or something, that will, and it doesn't give a gold value, that's thought to be in a component pouch for you. So that's what you buy that for, because it's like 20 gold pieces. So yeah.
And if you use a focus, you don't need components, right? That don't have a value, right? Is that a
Right.
thing? Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull out my my lute and play a little ditty and cast mending on it.
Okay.
This is good acoustics in the cave too.
Oh, I'm sure.
So you're just gonna go there, sit there, sing and play your lute going, hey, fiddly dee, this parchment will fix for me.
Basically, yeah.
Are you sure you're not the bard?
So it's only gonna fix 2 parts of it if there's 3 pieces, but I can keep casting it because it's a cantrip. So
Right. You cast mending on here. You strum together a very nice tune and sing some words in halfling. And when you finish, because of the way that the spell works, Water skin.
I might have to
The way
cast it a
it's-
couple of times.
Actually, the way the spell works is that it would come together. It's mending, so it can should actually work. But when you do so, the parchment becomes revitalized. Instead of being cracked and old, it becomes pliable again and paper-like, and grows out from the pieces. And when you are finished, you now have a very sizable piece of parchment in front of you. And when you take the parchment in your hands and look at it, there is no writing on it, except for the bits that were originally there, because it just fixes the parchment, not
Can I take a look?
the rest of it. Yes, go ahead.
Do you want me to roll something?
Yes, that would be a when you look at it, you see it basically the same thing. You see a sizable piece of parchment. A little bit on the bottom is still broken off and old, rotted. But you see where the writing was, and then the new bits of parchment that have grown in place because of the spell. You see the writing end. Because of the oldness of the parchment, it's somewhat hard to read, but make a perception check for me. Or a wisdom check. Actually, that doesn't work. It doesn't matter.
Please
Still
don't make me reroll. That's such a good roll.
You're fine. You're fine. But you would have been begging me to go ahead if you would roll under a 10 again.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
It's
So,
what players do.
yeah, that's what you do. But you take some time to get it in a good light, and you can see this is in Dwarvish, Dwarvish script, and it is some sort of magical spell of some sort. It's a magical scroll. It looks to be something related to. See if you've actually ever encountered this before. You have, because I rolled a 20 on that. You think this might have at one point been a scroll of thaumaturgy.
Same to you.
Oh. Hey, hang on. Isn't it? Oh, like, it's a scroll that if you read it, you have that spell once, kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like a scroll is a one-use spending of a spell.
I have this
But-
on my other character, and I vaguely remember what it means.
You can create like a loud noise or a force of wind.
Right, like a-
that kind of.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's like a one-time thing. It's a cantrip. It's not a high-level spell. But you think this might have at one point been that spell, a scroll of that spell. But you can definitely tell that it would not work anymore because a lot of the writing is no longer there, and just the old age of it.
Oh, look who came crawling back. No, he's gone again.
Oh, yeah, he did have his
Oh,
phone there.
oh.
He did have his phone. He just picked up his
Hello.
phone.
Well, there we go. That's why
Hello,
he didn't
goodbye.
reply to my text.
For anybody listening on the audio version, whether or
Okay.
not that's still going.
Yeah.
Okay.
Midge just came back into his room on his webcam.
Said he's
and then
gonna
picked up
be
his
back
phone.
at maybe the hour mark. He's dealing with something right now.
Okay.
The hour mark. Does that mean?
He said
Like
I will
like
definitely
3:30.
be back at the hour mark.
Okay. So he'll just be there with you. I might give somebody control of his character if you promise not to read his background, because he does have his background stuff on there. That's not necessarily.
I already
no-
know a lot
no-
about his background because you
look
told
at
me.
his character. So.
Or
what would
did
you,
I? No, I do.
What
So
did
what would
I?
you like to do? You have what looks to be an old thaumaturgy spell scroll that no longer works. That's essentially now just kind of parchment.
Who's magical?
Isaac.
Just Isaac.
Well,
I
no,
am.
You are too, Rivallon. You have spells.
I have some magic
I mean, he's
talent,
not
yes.
primary.
But yeah, I'm not primary. I'm
Well, yeah, the only primary spellcaster is Isaac, but you have 2 secondary spellcasters.
Okay. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter because
Including
it's not
you.
gonna work, is it? So.
But right now, it's just
an
old
old
parchment.
scroll that doesn't work anymore. Not really useful at all.
Maybe
Is there
give
anything
it.
else in the hole? Can I give a little peek in the hole? In the
Sure.
brick?
You take a look in there. It looks like a wonderful hollowed-out piece of brick that was hidden in a compartment. Maybe for some reason, maybe a lockbox of some sort, an ancient lockbox.
Weren't we looking for a
to store
lockbox?
Valuables.
Yeah, but it was wooden, 4 pounds.
Yeah, it was
Yeah, it was wooden.
you were asked to find like a lockbox that was a wooden box that's about 4 pounds. That was being carried by people that got attacked. Yeah, you don't see anything else in there. It looks like at one point there might have been some other valuables, but you can see bits of rusted metal kind of lining the bottom of the cutout, and other bits of parchment kind of in the corners, along with a bit of mold, and it's very damp in there. It looks like it just didn't keep. If this would have been maintained, it probably would have been a really nice hiding spot. But as of now, it just kind of let everything rot inside of this little hole for however many years it's been down here.
Okay.
We need to keep
guess-
going.
Yeah, but there's nowhere to go to.
No,
There's
we didn't.
nowhere to go to. I'll have to go and have a play around with that hole in the ceiling.
We didn't go all the way down to the end of the sewers
there-
before.
There's other parts of the store we haven't seen.
I'm stuck in the wall! I'm stuck in the fucking wall bit!
You must have found a little tiny bit you could squeeze through there. Because
And
these
then he
are supposed
couldn't
to.
squeeze back.
The line of sight blockers are supposed to block movement too.
It didn't let me before, and then it did, and then
It's like glitching in a video game. Just
So are we gonna go back into the sewers?
The small
Oh.
people, they live in the rock. It makes sense. They
I'm sure-
walk in the rock too. Soulless, strange creatures.
Well, you do remember as
Who keeps taking my torch?
oh, that's yours. Okay, good, because it keeps moving between people.
Oh,
There you go.
I
on you.
stole Isaac's torch. Yeah, wait, do I have Isaac now?
No, I haven't given you Isaac. I can give you Isaac now since he's gonna be gone a little while. Just give me a sec. But you do know, especially because R1 is drawing a map, that there were other forks in the passageway. And you chose this one to go down, so there are other things to do, and you now have Isaac's.
Yeah, that thing that happened literally not that long ago.
Yes. You decided to go down this one because it had a trap.
Yeah.
This is great because now I have a personal shield that I can just take with me everywhere.
Move.
I just walk behind Isaac the whole
And
way.
that little X mark is where the trap was. So,
I'm back. Okay.
and now you are back where you were before, and you have the other passageway.
Let's go south.
I need everybody that has magical abilities to make a Arcana check.
Arcana.
That's not good.
Nope.
Oh, that was really not good.
Wait, that was not. Why has it done that? I did that off of Isaac's sheet.
Yeah, but you underneath the chat box, you have a selection.
Okay,
And
well
now-
that was Isaac, and he didn't do
No.
very well.
Did better than the rest of us.
Yeah, I did better than me.
Do you have any spells, Brunhelm?
I'm just a rogue. Just a
Just a
rogue.
rogue. Just a rogue. Not a spell casting rogue yet. I forget when they get spells, or if they. I think.
No.
Is it only one that gets spells? It's only one subclass that gets spells, I think. Or
Yeah,
am I
maybe.
I am not.
Oh, I'd have to
remember.
get the thing out. It didn't
rule
tell me
book.
to. Yeah, that one. It didn't prompt me to have any spells yet. So.
Para, I've got Red Moogle on my chat, and she says she likes your 7-foot shield.
Smart, innit?
Yeah. Well, Rivallon and Isaac feel this. The feeling that they received that they felt before entering these passageways of some sort of broken, incomplete spell or magic is getting stronger as you go down this passageway.
Ooh. There's something here.
And Isaac as well feels a other presence down here. On top of that,
I feel another presence.
That was really good.
I felt something. Something I've not felt for many years. Been a disturbance in the magic.
I so want you to say force then.
There's been a disturbance in your car.
Possibly dark or very focused.
Okay.
We should be on our guard.
Well, that's assuming he tells us that he feels this.
We assume.
Could just start rolling dice the whole way through, just like and Isaac.
Yeah.
And Isaac tells you that information. It's like that joke from Futurama, or anytime that Gary Gygax mentioned in any piece of things. He always got like a dice roller next to him, and he just goes, "I am happy to see you."
That one. I would like bagels for breakfast.
Oh, Gary Gygax, you were an awesome man.
And now I've lost my dice.
So are we going to continue down this passage
Yes.
with the magic?
Oh, I've done a 17.
Cautiously.
With
I
the
suppose.
super shield in front?
This is a long, long hall full of.
Wait, no, I think our barbarian should go first, followed
Okay.
by the ranger, and then the three of us.
Followed by Ranger.
Just the
Thanks, bud.
5 of us.
Actually, I think I have better.
The only
ace
way you could get
Elf
more
and
insulting is
Ranger
followed
does.
by the elf.
Yeah, the elf. Yeah.
That's why we use our names here. But you enter into a large chamber with 2 raised platforms to either side, and what seem to be small rooms as well, from what you can see. The ones on this side of the room, to your perspective, would be your left, seem to be individual tombs, or crypts, where
Is there anything to
one.
indicate who for? Like, is there anything on like the door, or like a symbol on the wall, or anything?
they don't have doors. They're open. They're like it's like an arch that goes.
Is there like a
into
thing
this.
on the arch, like a found crest or something?
At one point, maybe, but it's been so long that most of the details of these walls have been eroded away by
Something
water
with
that's
big
running down the
claws.
walls, by water that's running down the walls and crumbling stone. So most of it has worn away. You don't get any you don't see any text. It also doesn't seem to be able to be carved, because you can see bits of flakes of paint in various areas. It looks like this might have been a very colorfully decorated area with the paint on the walls that is, over time, unfortunately, just sloughed away. So now it is bare rock and bare stone.
Interesting.
This is giving me flashbacks to when we captured that drow.
Mm.
Whatever do you mean?
All right, where do we go, guys?
Oh, and Rivallon, the side that you're on seem to be larger rooms that are cut out, but they have entrances to either side in this like central little corridor. here, up and down, north and south. There are two archways to these rooms.
Interesting.
When you go inside, you see that what were probably very large rooms that may have at one point housed shrines or
Perception
offering
check.
tables. Okay, do a perception check.
My perception is rubbish today.
You have a +3 to that. You rolled a 3 on that check.
Yes, I did.
That ain't bad.
Yeah, but what at one point may have housed offering plates and shrines. You can see that a good half of the rooms have now been covered by loose stones and falling like sediment that has filled up the sides of these chambers. It looks as if these might have been maybe, if you had to look at it in terms of tile sizes, might have been 4 tiles wide, where now there's only about 2 tiles of usable space, so that might have been about 20 feet wide, but now it's about 10. The rest conceivably has been buried by years of just neglect, really. Isaac does see a couple of bits of rusted metal and rotted tapestries on the walls with that perception check. Just kind of off to the side, a couple on the ground near the caved-in wall, but nothing else really.
Just decoration.
Just decorations, yeah. It's really hard to tell what they originally were as well, because it's just been so long. Cloth doesn't stand up well to this kind of environment.
May as well go wandering across the other side then, people.
And you come across to these crypts. And it looks like the ones that you find are empty, never filled. You don't see any work on the ground. They look.
Stop moving the torch so fast. You're the only one with it. Please, God. I'm struggling to keep up here with actually being able to see where the fuck I am because the torch. Zip, zip,
Wait.
zip, 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 zip.
What happened to Arwen's torch?
Arwen has a torch. He's
Yeah,
not
no.
moving.
Both of the people with a torch are moving super quickly, so no one in the party can keep up. Please, please, make it easier because when you move, I literally just see darkness, black darkness, and I'm like, where the fuck am I meant to be right now? Because you guys
Leaving the room.
Be the light. I know you are carrying the light, but you are not light. You do not move at the speed of causality.
Isaac's just flitting everywhere.
Thank you. Please. It's getting really annoying. I'm trying to keep up. I'm trying to do my best.
And at the bottom of the chamber, or the south of the chamber, you see again another caved-in wall. Looks like it might have continued going on, or it might have ended. You're not sure, but it's definitely now a good solid dead end with rough stone and bits of sediment and rock just going all the way up to the ceiling.
I have another antechamber over here.
I'm going to need everybody to everybody that's magically inclined to make another Arcana check. Give me a second here to break up that. Well, okay, throw one.
Where's my Arcana gone?
Well, it's A, and it's in alphabetical order, so.
Yeah, I know. I can't see it.
Third one down.
Thank you. Couldn't see it for my life of me there. Thank you very much, buddy.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, all of you. All of the magic users again get this strong feeling. They feel this unfinished, broken magic now, almost as if it's on top of you, as if you're very near it. As you've gotten closer in here, you can also feel a dark presence inside of this chamber.
Darth Vader, the Emperor.
Okay, so
Go into the tree. Face your ears. And you hear something from the south. Slowly getting closer.
Uh-oh.
I've just been here.
You're just... Alright, guys,
Almost as
you're
if-
on your own.
Almost as if wood is scraping against cobblestone. Just a
Barbarian, to the front.
and
Thank you.
the ruffle of fabric against stone as well. But you don't see any.
Oh,
Almost as if the light can't penetrate all the way down this corridor.
get to it, Isaac.
And I'm gonna need all of you to roll initiative.
Oh, bloody hell.
okay.
Remember, have your token clicked whenever you roll initiative, so that it goes on there.
Oops.
Somebody roll initiative for the torch.
Torch.
I just clicked on my character token and I have the torch underneath of me.
Wait.
No,
oh,
that's
it
the
was-
one for Isaac.
It was me.
Yeah. That's
See?
yours.
Oh, okay.
Isaac's the torch. Wait,
That-
did I just do the same thing again? Hang on.
Yes, you did.
Hang on. Now he has a phone.
Okay, I'm gonna take the torches off.
What?
Well, one of my
Torch, it's
viewers says Demon God, the one with the octopus for a face.
Cthulhu?
Cthulhu.
I hope your viewers are wrong.
So do I, because
Davy
I have no
Jones
idea what
from
that
the
is.
Pirates of the Caribbean film.
No, they would just say, what's his name? He played him. That's all.
He just wants to die already.
Oh, they won't die until I'm ready for them to die.
Oh, that was cold.
That's a relief.
That's cold.
Ooh.
Hello. Nice,
Okay.
Mr. Monster.
Hello.
So,
Is there anyone there?
as you prepare yourselves, listening to this very grating sound as it continues on, this scraping and scraping against stone, it sounds as if it's getting closer. It keeps getting closer until it sounds like it's on top of you, like it's in the room.
Uh-oh.
Just gotta make sure that this goes into the token layer instead of the GM layer now.
What the
And out of
hell?
the corner of your eye, in a small alcove of rock,
There it is.
off to the side of the passage, you see something.
Backing up. Everyone back up.
Well, you're in initiative.
Well,
order
we're in
now,
initiative, so we're fine.
Run away.
First turn. Back up to all the way out of the sewers.
And since it passed, let's check that. It does get a surprise round.
Of course it does.
Cheers for that, Muzz. That big book of hell is scaring me though. Don't no one tell Kazoo.
So it's going to. What's it going to do?
What is it gonna do?
It's gonna send us flowers.
Okay, you see
flowers.
a. I'm just gonna actually get here so I can read the description from the book because I love having this book now. Let's see here.
Sorry, Muzz, I couldn't help it.
There we go. Kryptonite.
Oh, I hate getting over a cold.
Okay, you see in front of you, well, to the side, a skeletal humanoid wearing a dark hooded robe. Almost too ancient. small bits of runic script on the edges of the robe, barely visible as it's been rotted away. And out of the robe, you see a hand reach, the skeletal hand, with bits of skin still on it, point towards.
Hey, Marshall, thanks for the bits.
Meeny, miny, rifle.
Oh, joy.
Wait, where is
Much
it? Is it in here?
appreciated, dude.
Appreciate
Points
you.
towards rival.
Okay, it's just around the
It-
corner, so.
And its jaw works, but no sound comes forth. And I'm going to need rival to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, we are so dead. What was that? Wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw.
I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm so dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm
Dead
dead.
and
I'm
dead.
dead.
Rivallon's just saying the death
Oh!
song.
Oh, God!
You're permanently unwise now.
You just lost intelligence.
Did I?
Well, wisdom.
Well, okay, but
You don't
what
know
is
what
wisdom
it is.
if not intelligence?
Intelligence is like scholarly.
Book learning.
Wisdom
Wisdom's
is
three.
the
book of the
ability to
learning.
use intelligence.
I don't
But
mean
wisdom
in
learning
Dungeons and
is
Dragons,
not.
I mean in real life.
Yeah, wisdom is the ability to use intelligence.
Yeah, you've just
Just to
lost
apply
it.
things.
The
It's like
game.
it's like intelligence is knowing. What was the thing? Intelligence is knowing that a tomato is a fruit, but wisdom is knowing not to use tomatoes in fruit salad.
Why not?
Why
not?
You
Why
do
not?
you, Ustinia.
Yeah, you do you.
You do
Rival, you feel for a split second as if you are not in your body anymore.
Yay! I feel like that every morning.
The area around you blinks out of existence for a split second, and then you reappear. Second.
Be nice,
Oh
God.
my god.
Be nice,
This is
God.
terrifying. This is circus music. It's like some ancient clown. Come back to haunt us for one
I
last
hate
How do you know
God.
about the ancient clown?
When you
Told
see
you.
Isaac's really clever.
Okay. Rival, you.
Oh,
I've died instantly. Yes, we know.
No,
I'm not
you're
that
just-
cruel.
Gone. You're, you know,
I'm
listen to
just
some guy
curled
play a
up in the
flute
corner.
forever in the Fae somewhere.
Curled up in the corner going, I don't feel
You-
so good.
You see the area around you blink out of existence, and then you reappear in an area that is somewhat familiar. You've seen it recently. If I can select things. Oh, I'm in the
Oh, God.
GM overlay. Yep.
Oh, bloody hell.
You're on the ground. On your back. You feel as if you've been transported from where you were before to another location.
Yes, I have.
You believe that you might be in the passageway in
Yes.
to the area you were previously, or the chambers, the burial chambers that you were exploring
Yes, we are.
before.
I recognize this place, yes.
Yes. And that is its turn. Well, not all of its turn. It's the guy's movement.
I'm coming back, guys. Hold on. I'm on my way. I may take a while because I'm going to stop off for a snack on the way. Anyone want pizza? Or
Yes.
fermented milk?
Yes.
Alright, it stays right there. It comes out
Yeah,
of the
just-
alcove
No further,
and
just you
moves
can stay there.
forward. You actually don't see it moving feet. It's just flowing robes as if it's floating towards you. Its hands outstretched with
It's a
sharp
diamond.
claw-like appendages instead of fingers on the end of its hands. R1, it's your turn.
Right. I am going to.
Also, its eyes are just pinpoint of reddish light.
Nice.
Good to know.
In case you thought I had a soul.
I'm going to move back and then shoot it with a arrow.
All right. You hit.
Woo!
An arrow from your short bow races forward into the creature, goes through the long cloak that it wears. You hear it ping off of maybe a rib or some sort of other bone of its body. But it doesn't seem to really have affected it. You don't believe it did the full damage.
Yeah, okay. And then I'm gonna give. Wait, does Ustenia have Bardic Inspiration right now? Is that what that blue dot means?
Yes.
It's been
a while.
It's been a while. It only lasts for 10 minutes.
Let me
Wait.
check.
It only lasts for 10 minutes and it's gone already. It's been gone for about 20 minutes because it's been about a half hour since the fight that he got it in.
All right. Well, then I will give it to him again.
All right.
So good.
So you have Bardic Inspiration. Woohoo! You also have the you also have inspiration for doing the recap, so don't forget that either. And is that the end of your turn?
I have a question.
Go ahead.
So, as a trait or a feat of being a halfling, I can attempt to hide, even when I'm obscured by a creature that's at least one size larger than me. Do I do that on an bonus action, or is that just a thing I
It's
can
the
do?
same. It's you're attempting the hide action. So
Okay.
whatever the hide action is, then it is. Then that's what it is. The only reason that I think a rogue can do the hide on bonus is because they get that because
Right,
they're
okay.
a
Yeah, we do.
rogue. So that's what that is. So I think it's an action to hide.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's done.
Yeah,
And
then
it's the end of your turn.
that's the end of my turn.
All right. It's turn now.
Right.
By the way, rival, you are on your back, so you're prone. You will have to spend half of your movement to get up,
Right.
and then you have the rest of your movement.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you can spend an action to sprint as well to get double that. So you can do things, but so it's going to see Ustenia squaring up on it with his weapons. And it just rakes out with these sharp hand claws towards you, trying to swipe into your chest and your neck.
Okay.
So it's going to attack. 23 versus AC.
Yep.
All right. 3 slashing damage. So it gets past
Crit
your defense, but
Okay, you're being sneaky on the names, huh?
that's actually its name.
Crit thing.
The thing.
This is from, let's see, copyright. Copyright. Crypt Thing was originally appeared in first edition Friend Folio from Wizards of the Coast in 1981.
Oh my god.
Right.
So this is old school, motherfuckers.
Ooh, ancient. Surely ancient.
1980, and it's going to keep it gets past your defense, but it doesn't get a good purchase with its claws. But it catches your cheek, and you just like crimson starts flowing from the side of your face, and it's going to swipe at you with its other hand.
That is a
6 versus
no.
This time you're ready for it, and you're able to block the hand and bat it away. Isaac's turn.
Oh boy, here he go.
Here we go.
His spells. Does he have to prepare them, or is it just spell slots?
He is a sorcerer, which means he does not prepare spells. He has a certain
Okay.
amount of spell slots per spell level,
Right. Yeah.
and
That's
he has
fine.
those listed. And he can use
Yeah.
any of those in his portfolio, but he only gets a limited selection. Then that's what he has available on his sheet right now. So, Anything you see there, he can cast, but he can only cast it a certain amount of times per day.
Yeah, he's only got 2 left.
Yeah, probably. He's a very low level
This is-
sorcerer.
Not really. The thing.
Sorcerers are fun.
Okay, we're just gonna go simple for the second.
You hit.
Do some heckin' fire.
Heckin' fire.
Less heckin' fire than imagined, but heckin' fire nonetheless.
A firebolt races from Isaac's hand and catches the crypt thing in its cloak, and it begins to smolder after the blast dissipates, as the cloak is very damp because of the environment and does not catch fire. So
Right.
that's
Basically, you dried him off a bit.
a little bit.
Maybe a
Isaac's a
little
good
bit.
guy, you know? He's a good guy.
If I know sorcerers well, then that was an action to cast that, so you still have a bonus action and you have your movement left. No spells or bonus actions, I don't believe, except maybe I think there's a healing cantrip that might be a bonus action. But...
No, there is. There's another one. I know, because I've got it.
In that case,
That's a ranger spell, though.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm not sure what to do with any of that.
Run away!
I don't know enough about Isaac. Well, about just like his build.
He's a ranged spellcaster, so backing off might help for him. But then again, he's built like a tank, so
He's pretty good. I mean, he could back off like a little bit, maybe get some high ground behind the dwarf.
it's not actual high ground for rules wise. It's just a couple of maybe a foot or two above the rest of the room, so it won't give you advantage to be on that area.
I'm okay. Wait, well, so
No, I mean that whole platform. It's raised, but it's not raised enough to provide
I mean,
advantage.
it's a good place to be because
It's a good
Yeah.
place to be because he only has one way to get
it's
up
good
there,
for the
but-
continuing the Star Wars memes. So
Yeah, but I just meant rules wise, it's not going to give you advantage that way because height advantage will give you advantage and stuff. So.
he's at a swing shot. He's fine.
All right. Okay. Now we go to Rivallon.
I stand up.
Okay, you use 15 feet of movement to stand up, or whatever half your movement
Ouch.
is, rounded down. And you have another 15 foot in your normal movement to move.
Where does it tell me that? Because I know it tells me somewhere, doesn't it? Attributes and abilities?
What do you
what's
mean?
your speed?
Are you a who man? You don't know. You're an elf.
No,
aren't you?
he's a
I'm
wood,
an elf.
he's a wood elf, right?
Yeah.
He's a tall boy.
Your speed is listed right above your current hit points, rival.
Oh, thank you
have
very much.
35 speed.
Alright, so
See,
we got
It's
20.
rounded down
Got 20.
so you've got so you use half of your movement rounded down
Yeah.
to get up, and then you have the rest to move. So you have 20 feet of movement.
I'm going
Yeah,
to
sure.
sprint.
Okay, then you add another fullmovement on top of that, so you have what would that be? Yeah, 55 feet of movement
Alright.
from where you're
So-
at right now.
1, 10, 15, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55.
Hold on, you were right there, so that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. You have one more tile of movement. 55. This is why using the measuring tool is a good idea. To
Everyone
measure out your
counts.
movements. Because you can do what is it? Snap to center, and then you can Like, where's it
Yeah,
at? You can,
measure it, yeah. I never thought of
You
that.
can measure it. So you can do that, and then... how do you do that? You do that. 20...
You're doing
Try-
that
how do you-
not where he is though.
Yeah, how do you string that together? Because I actually don't know how
Shift,
to
isn't
do
it?
this. Like,
Oh no. Wait,
no,
right
right
click.
click. You hold down
Yeah.
left, and then you right click at each point.
yeah, that's how you do it. So do you know how to do? So you got that, rival? So
Yeah, I
for
got
future
it.
Reference.
Yeah.
You can hold down right click, then left, or
You
hold
can
down
do
left
that
click, then
with
right.
movement as well. If you right click
how
on
do you-
places
how do you do
you're
the
dragging,
movement?
you can. What do you mean?
How do you
If
do it
you-
with movement?
If you
Like,
hold
so
your
that-
character, and then as you're dragging it around, you right click, and then when you let go, it will move.
Oh, so it doesn't move it
Ah.
automatically. That's a good. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay. So that's the end of your turn, Rivallon.
Yes, it is.
You've gotten back into almost to the large chamber off to the side of the chamber you're being attacked from.
Yes.
So you're getting there. You can hear
On the way.
sounds of battle.
Hear
echoing
the
through the
sounds of
halls.
terrified us.
as this skeletal creature in a robe just going up there pointing at you.
It's just singing spooky, scary skeletons.
Yeah, and just think, this isn't even the Halloween adventure
I'm
I-
excited.
I
Okay.
am making. I already have it all
dress up.
worked out. I haven't written it down yet, but I have it all worked out. I've got all this stuff ready. For
How
it.
long have we got?
It's only-
1, 2, 3, 4. 31st, isn't it?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, 30.
4 weeks.
4 weeks to it. Pretty good. Ustenia, it is your turn.
I will rage. This is for striking me. And then I'm going to hit
No
him
one makes me
with
bleed
battle
my own blood.
axe. No one makes me bleed my own blood. Except me.
Only blood on me should be enemy.
Da. Opa.
You hit
+2, so that's 14 for rage.
14. Okay. All right. That's a non-magical weapon, right?
Non-magical.
Just wanted to double check. No reason whatsoever. So you strike forward, screaming at the top of your lungs with your
Yeah.
battle axe. You swipe forward, and it cuts into the robe, and you get purchase on a couple of the bones, and you feel cracks, but it doesn't seem to have cared too much. You don't believe you did full damage to it.
Oh, damn it.
That was
That's
14
me.
total, right?
Yeah.
Got it.
Alright, that's me.
I know there's a script to whenever you can actually apply a raging thing to any rolls that you're doing while you're raging. I know
Yeah.
it's somewhere, but that requires like some scripting knowledge and time.
Yeah, not me.
Yeah.
You have
Beyond
a-
me.
Bad feeling
Very.
About this.
encounter.
Okay. Is that and that's the end of your turn, Ustenia, right?
Mhm.
Because you needed to use a bonus action to rage anyways. So.
Yep.
Okay.
And yes, Mars, it is. That was a pretty good hit, actually.
Yeah, no, it was. Both really high rolls. Brunham.
Mm.
love
don't
having
think there's-
this-
Anything useful I can do.
I love having this other monster manual here that you guys don't have access to because
Oh, yes.
it makes it so much harder for you guys to like meta the thing because I know some of you have copies of the monster manual.
Okay.
So what are you gonna do?
I'm okay. I'm just gonna back up
Run away.
I have a not good feeling about this.
Hmm.
Does it?
Oh, sorry, I was.
I know we were all just watching me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does not hit.
Doesn't it? Mm-hmm.
It does not. Your short bow and the flickering torchlight. You try and aim for this very dark creature in general, and you hit the wall next to it, where it ricochets back down the corridor a couple of hits. Where you hear it kind of sputter onto the floor.
Okay. I'd like to hide.
Keep falling back towards
So
me.
what are you doing? You're
Using
You're-
Isaac.
using Isaac to hide.
Yep. And I'm a rogue, so that's a bonus action.
Okay, make a hide check.
What do you want me to roll?
Stealth.
Oh, I thought you said a height check. I'm like,
Yeah, no, I'm just
What
gonna
did
measure
you say?
myself up against him, so I should be about maybe his waist. Just to double check.
Okay, you think you're fairly well hidden.
Okay. Okay.
Dug out your cardboard box.
I need to put Isaac on top. I can't.
Yeah,
That's-
it's just. Well, actually, you can right-click the token and make them go forward or back, to top, to bottom. In the layer. If you right-click the token, to back.
No, I can't. Okay, I can't do that, but you can.
I can. Arlon,
That's what
it is
makes
your
you
turn.
God, and me
Yeah.
just.
I'm
in
gonna pray that this works and cast Tasha's hideous laughter on the thing
Okay.
after I double check the range.
Alrighty. Whose torch is that?
That's Isaac's, I think.
Oh, good. It's just in range.
Oh no! Now I've got the torch in. I'll just
Put it right there, so we know.
just pop it there.
Let's make a wisdom saving throw.
DC 13.
15. Alright. Yeah, wisdom. Okay.
God damn it.
It's not in the mood to laugh. It doesn't find this very funny.
Yeah, most of your mom jokes aren't that funny.
And is it the end of your turn?
Uh,
I like how casting time 1 act.
I just dragged it over from the SRD. I don't know. Yeah, that's it.
All right, it's its turn now. All right, it's gonna keep trying to wail on Ustinia, because it is directly in front of it, and
Seems fair.
yeah. So it's gonna take a swipe at you.
Nope.
I didn't think so. Take its other one. 22
Yeah.
versus AC. Good.
Yeah.
Now let's actually see if it can roll damage.
Roll the damage.
There we go. 6
Six.
slashing damage. Better than the 2 it got last time, I think, or whatever it was.
Aye.
Or 3, not 3 last time, so it doubled that damage. But yeah, it's able to. It's just wildly slashing in these broad strokes, and it's strong for something with no actual muscle tissue.
I've just got people in my chat at the moment saying, we've got God here with the I know something you don't know, I know something you don't know look on his face. And so, and he's kind of sitting there going, yes, keep doing that, you fools. You're almost in the sweet plot for Fluffy and the adult dragon book he's got in his pocket. You look really mean, Roach. You know that, right?
Oh, I'm perfectly fine.
I'm back. Hello.
Thank goodness you
Hey!
can Isaac. I don't know how to
What?
play him.
Right. What? Okay. Just give me a quick fill
Somebody
in.
info dump Midge while I plan out the rest of the
We
week.
Why
were
did your
going through the
crypt
crypt and we found a secret hiding spot and it had an old thaumaturgy scroll, but it was destroyed. And then we were like, okay, we'll just go down the other tunnel that we didn't. And then now there's a crypt thing,
That's what it's
Okay.
called.
and it sent Rivallon off.
Fuck,
Go on.
who
It
knows,
teleported him. It like pointed a finger. He failed to check, and it teleported him about 100 feet away.
He's sort of running
Okay.
back to us slowly.
So he's been dimension doored or something?
Teleported away. He's on
Okay,
the other
okay.
side of the map
Yeah,
or near.
Just a quick sorry about that, guys. Real life shit just happened. I had to go deal with it. I'm back now. But yeah, I apologize for leaving both the podcast end and the stream end. That you had to just look at my empty chair. I do apologize, but I'm
Well,
back.
the podcast wouldn't be looking at anything. They'd be listening.
No, but
to
they'd have a
us.
lack of my voice, and you know.
It's that
It's an
money maker,
improvement.
you know.
But yes, it is. That just finished its turn. It's been wailing on Justinia, who's been holding it at bay, and everybody else has retreated like cowards.
Oh, I'm
Dude.
standing on the same tile as someone.
Yeah, they're hiding there.
that's- there. She's hiding.
I'm
She's
hiding.
hiding
Okay.
on your tile. And I gave Para your character's control.
Yes,
because
I asked.
she said
Oh,
she
I-
had known some of the things about your character's backstory that she didn't want anybody else to know.
She knows the
so-
backstory, which is fair.
So yeah, I gave her that because I'm not going to deal with your character, even if you are a sorcerer. It's probably gonna be pretty fun. But you're not my kind of sorcerer, so yeah.
No, I'm
Uh,
not the crazy
just
wild
not your
magic
type.
one. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But I do fire spells, so it's half there.
You
Yeah,
did a
actually,
fire
you-
spell.
You used firebolt and you did
It's a
fire damage
cantrip.
on it.
That's fine.
Okay, and that's the end of its turn, so it's going. Well, actually, no, it's not the end of its turn. It's going to do
So I only have
5.
1, 2.
Yeah, 5. It's just gonna get right there, and it's going to. Yeah, that's it. Isaac, your turn.
Okay. Oh, what timing, hey? Okay, it's necrotic, so that's probably not going to be a good thing to do magic.
Utari, I
on.
can't see you now. Your eyes is gone.
Oh god,
Oh,
how dangerous.
He's hidden into the night.
Yeah.
Just a quick. If I look round at my party, do I see any of them being injured?
Yes.
Stenia's got a couple of claw wounds on him. He's been slashed by the claws of this creature.
Oh, it
a
stings.
couple of
He's
times.
pretty angry about it too.
Yes.
Okay.
Pretty ragey.
I'm gonna target the creature, and I'm gonna hit it with a sacred flame.
Oh, and it also
Okay.
doesn't like your mom jokes.
It's not liking when we hit it with things that aren't spells.
Yeah, it'll probably if it's anything undead, it might hate bludgeoning damage.
Or piercing, or slashing.
Yeah, any of the weapons that we've used.
Are they not as in they're not working, or they're really hurting?
Not
Not
working.
Not working.
Okay, so
They
can I-
hit it and it doesn't bleed.
So
Okay,
it
so
needs
He's just not
a
bothered.
dexterity save for that.
it needs a
12 dex?
dexterity phase, yes. So I'm deciding to
So
do
close.
radiant damage on it if it's evil. Yeah, and that would have been a DC 12. Yeah.
12, yeah. No, I
So
know that.
it failed, so it takes 3, possibly more radiant damage. And
that was a very weird audio thing that just
Yeah.
happened on your microphone. We just heard.
Oh. Oh god, I'm so sorry. The gain has been a little bit, but that's about it. And then
It looks like it did full damage.
Then I'm gonna heal Ustinia, with one of my healing words at level 1. What about 3 hits?
It's alright. It hasn't been doing a lot of damage to him. Like, it's doing some damage, but
I
it's been rolling
rolled
pretty shit.
a 1.
Well, it's better than a slap in the face with a fish. I'll take it.
I would also recommend that
Thank
if
you,
anyone,
sir. Refreshing, sir.
if anybody has any silver, maybe try makeshift knuckle dusters and stuff.
Just in the middle of the fight.
Yeah.
Um,
let me just pull out my silver coins.
Yeah.
You know,
Little bit
Oil
of
flasks,
silversmithing.
anything. Anybody could have
put them
anything
between my
that did not-
fingers.
I am used to fighting those of evil.
Balazar better make an appearance.
I did a bit of Isaac voice. Just throwing it out there.
Yeah,
You
that was
did.
actually a really bad Isaac voice in my opinion.
Para's been doing a better Isaac voice than you now.
Yeah.
no,
Where did you take
just
Isaac?
voice my character. It's like...
Yeah, I did. Obviously,
So is that the
I
end
was
of your
in
turn,
the
Isaac?
role.
Yes, that is the end of my turn.
All right.
Method
Well,
acting.
Oh, actually, no. Can I just move to the side? 'Cause it's really annoying me. The Brunhelm is like on my character token.
But Brunhelm is on your character.
Mars slaps
Not anymore.
Utari around with a large trout for a bit. Brilliant.
So, what are you doing, Rivallon?
Running.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I think I can. How far can I move again? Sprinting.
If you do
On a
sprint, you can move full
70
sprint, 35 and 35.
So 70.
70 feet.
But you don't get to do anything but that.
Yes.
Obviously.
Well, I'll move to there.
It's 40.
No, I'll move my character and then move to there. And I can see.
So you're at 40 feet right now.
And then I will 50, 60, 70. That's it. I'm good.
Okay. You can now see the fighting going on. You see the magic being thrown at the creature, and the creature just like continually scratching at Ustenia, trying to get him to go down. Speaking of Ustenia fighting for his life, Ustenia, fight for your life.
With big axe.
Oh my god!
Oh, that's amazing.
It's a double crit!
Ustenia just
Holy
freaking
hell.
judos that shit and
Nat
throws
20.
him to the ground.
2 nat 20s.
You insane motherfucker.
That
And that's
includes my
plus
rage.
2 off.
No, I've already added the +2
Oh,
manually.
you did plus 2 manually. Okay.
Yes.
So that's 15. Okay. You go in hard and you get past one of its arms and you just straight into the center mass of its chest with this axe, and you land right in there. You can feel some ribs cracking under the force, but it doesn't look like you did full damage.
Why don't you die? Just wailing into the thing.
Actually,
Is
as you're saying that, you're like, "Why won't you die?" And it's like really close into it. In your follow-up text, you see the creature lean in, and its jaw open up through its and its face kind of light up with its beady red bits of light through these shadowy eye slits, and it's just like almost like a violin's strings being hit with a razor kind of noise equivalent. A voice come through and it goes, "I already have."
Why don't you die
Okay.
again?
Okay. And at the end of your turn, you don't have any other bonus things or anything to do?
No, I've got no fancy stuff at this level.
Fancy stuff. Yeah. All right, Burnham.
Okay. Wait a second. Never mind.
Wait a second, never mind. Okay.
That
Yep.
sounded like such a Scooby-Doo almost revelation. There's wait a second,
Did my high
old man
check work?
Jenkins.
There's damn pesky skeletons.
Trying to privatise the sewer, are you? Scaring people away so
Yeah.
that you can achieve it.
I would
Did-
have gotten away for it too if it wasn't for
Got
you.
you meddling
You
kids.
damn barbarian.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Did
Farrell, what were you
my
saying?
stealth check win?
I mean, you think you're hidden.
I think I'm hidden. So but I'm saying, do I get advantage?
Yes.
It doesn't matter. I'm winning.
You're not Isaac.
I'm not Isaac. Ah!
It doesn't matter. That wasn't from my spell sheet. No way would I have had those.
Yeah, because you
Fine.
selected. Remember, you gotta go back to.
Yeah. I've
pronounce,
just
yeah.
reselected.
All right. You hit.
And because Estinia's there, I also get sneak attack.
Okay.
Bam. Fucking
Bish bash
crit.
bosh.
Wow.
Real good nosh.
All right. You're able to. As it's getting off its one-liner into Eustenia's ear, you're able to hit it in its back with a very well-aimed bolt. And instead of it bouncing off, you actually see the bolt or the arrow embed into one of its vertebrae underneath its cloak and stays there. So it gets good hold, but you don't think it did full damage.
Well, at least it's got an itchy back now.
I used to be a ghoul like you, but then I took an arrow to the back.
Damn it! I was just gonna.
And now we are back at the top of the round with Arwan, but before we go on with Arwan's turn, because of the way this has been going, and Midge is also the one that reminds me of this, because nobody else can, we are at the halfway point, so we are going to take a 5er on this bio break. Yeah, if you guys go ahead and get a drink or anything. I'm just going to be here since I've got all my drinks here. And I had a salami sandwich before we started, so I'm good for food.
Yeah, no, I might go to the toilet in a sec, but yeah, I do desperately apologize about that, guys. But some things you can't, avoid.
I saw somebody come into your room. We thought you were coming back, but then somebody with like a drink, just pointing at your guitars.
Basically, something came up, and Panda's had to actually rush home, and that was her brother picking her up. But he's never been to my house before, so I had to give him a quick tour.
Oh dear, I hope it's nothing serious.
It'll be okay.
Right, best wishes.
Yeah, thank you. It does mean we have to cancel our stream tomorrow, though. I'm really gutted about that.
Well, if you need anybody to fill out content with, I'm not doing anything tomorrow.
No, I've got to drive up to hers. I'm basically the reason I'm not the reason I have the actual ability to come back is because I have to feed the cats every day because my parents are in America. So I've got to wake up, feed the cats, go to hers, spend the day with her, and then bring her back to mine so I can feed the cats in the evening. Harper Strand, as you've just joined us, and you've joined us for the first time, hello, I'm the one called Midgeman. I am playing Isaac. I'm not saying what race I am because it's a secret right now. Basically, I'm a human divine soul sorcerer. We have Arwan, which is a halfling bard. We have Ustenia. I'm not sure what race are you? Are you human?
I am Mr. Hugh, last name Man.
Okay, you're a human barbarian. Rivallon is Rival Zone. I can't get these directions. Rival Zone game. He's not there. He's playing an Elven Ranger, and then Brundhelm is a Dwarven rogue. That's the words. But yeah. If you want to catch up, there's multiple versions. You can find this all backlogged on my YouTube channel, or there's the podcast versions, which I've just put up in Twitch chat. Alright, I'm going for the I'm going to the toilet. I'll be right back.
Alrighty.
Maybe it takes a magical attack.
I can hear rivals trying to strategize with Moogle. Rival, I can hear you trying to strategize with Moogle off to the side there.
Yes, Moogle was there.
Hi, Roach.
Sorry, but I
Hello.
had my audio down, so I couldn't hear it.
I just heard. I heard bits of the conversation. With maybe it only takes magical attacks.
Yeah. Oh, she takes great interest in this. It's different because I've never done it before, so she's like, "Ooh."
Doesn't take much to get into it.
No.
Heck, they sell D&D sells a starter set that gives you everything you need to run like an adventure. It's like $30. I think what is it? The Mines of Pendlor, Mines of Pendor, or something like that. I don't remember the actual name. But it's like its own self-contained little dungeon adventure thing. It has all the characters already made and everything. You don't even need really a DM because you can just have somebody read out of the adventure guide that comes with it.
Cool.
It's pretty easy to get into nowadays.
What's this easy to get into?
D&D.
Oh yeah.
The starter set comes with an adventure and everything you need. It's already pre-gen stuff, so.
Is that the one with the models?
No, it's like a little box set that has the mine. It's like the mines of blank. It starts with a P.
There is a D&D set which I have and I've had since I was like 7.
Red box.
Like... No, it's not a red box. It's got models. It's got like.
It's a really old edition then.
Yeah, I think it's 3rd edition.
Yeah, 3rd edition. 4th edition had the red box, which was really good.
It's the one that has like cards for items and stuff as well.
Yeah.
It's a really
also a really good one if you can still get it before they move on to the next edition. Pathfinder is a really good starter set because it's a big starter box and it comes with its own little pawn stuff, a little mini rule book with all the things you need to start, like pre-filled out character sheets for the icon characters, all that stuff. It's really good. It's like $30 or $40, but it's totally worth it because you get like a big two-sided like fold out dry erase
map,
like plastic sheet map.
Yeah.
One that's actually printed with the map for the starting adventure, and the other with a grid map on the other side, so you can use it even if you want to do other things on it. So super good.
The
I would
thing
totally
you're thinking
recommend
of, according to Zay, is Mines of Fandelver.
Fandelver, yeah, because it starts with a P, and yeah, that's what it is. So, yeah.
I'm gonna try and find the version I've got.
But the Mines of Fandelver is a really good starting adventure to do because it's like I said, it's really cheap. You can run it in 2 hours, and it takes nothing to teach somebody how to get into it. Really good, really good.
So, yeah, this version I have, it came in a box set, and then later they made like a bonus version of it that was set in ice, and you got an ice dragon in the model box. I really wanted it because I wanted the ice dragon model, nothing else. And you got a barbarian and another thing.
Midge, if you still really want to collect models and stuff like that, it's super easy nowadays to collect like D&D models.
I don't have time for models anymore. Is the thing. Like I was never a very good painter. I loved the actual gluing together bit, and the building them.
You're a modeler, not a painter.
I love both the modeling and the paintings, not so much especially for 40k, not so much the playing. It's quite time consuming. I never have had time. But I don't even have time to paint anymore. I've got models on my shelf right there. You can see in the background, people. There are models on that shelf that are not finished and haven't been for years.
You have no idea. I have 2 Drop Fleet Commander box like starter sets in my workshop right now. That's over $130 worth of models down there in these sets, and I haven't been able to break open the boxes since I got them.
Oh, I've so much to do. Like I want to catch up on reading. I love reading. In fact, I've read something just now that was really, really good.
See, I've gotten past that because I drive a lot, and I mean, you drive or you commute a lot too, so you could probably do it. Is to start go.
My commute's terrible for that because what it is, I have lots of interchanges. So I take a train that's half hour, then I have to get up and get off, go down to the tube, take a tube train that's 5 minutes.
I don't mean reading. I don't mean reading during commute. I'm saying switch over because a lot of books now are getting adapted towards Audible audio.
Yeah.
Blasphemy.
Just get it on your phone and just listen to it. I've finished in the last couple of months. I finished Team Yankee, the 3rd book of the Expeditionary Force series. I'm going through the Center Cannot Hold and the Southern Victory series. I'm like, it's super you're not reading it, but at least you're getting through books that you really want to get through, and
Yeah.
I mean,
You speak
It's-
heresy.
and it's like what I think it's like $10 or $5 a month or something like that on Audible, and you get a free book every month.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's great to go ahead and pick that up.
Yeah.
Especially
I'll
if
certainly.
you
So-
get it on your phone. It's got an app, so.
Yeah, I mean, I'll certainly look into that because I really do want to get into reading again. As I said,
Yeah,
the-
that's what I've been.
the
That's what
last
I've been
book
doing.
was
I
really-
have my car set up with a Bluetooth thing on my radio, so I can just hook it up to my phone when I get in, and it just plays through my speakers. And
I
that's what I
listen
do.
to podcasts.
yeah, I mean,
We've had this conversation before.
I still just like the feel of a paperback. I was
I mean,
glad
I
that the
keep-
last
Preach.
book was a paperback because
Yeah, I keep all my,
the
Amen.
last books
Still.
the last books that I've been reading are all on before that one were all stuff I've downloaded onto my phone, and it's just not quite the same, and it can be quite frustrating reading it on an iPhone. So I'm glad I went paperback for the last one.
Yeah, no, that I agree with that. Like when I was saying I'm finishing up the Southern Victory series from Henry Turtledove, I keep a
Yeah, it definitely. Had
I
the
buy a
third edition
copy.
book.
I buy a copy of the physical book along with it when I pick it up as an audiobook. So I have both. And whenever I have time, I actually go through the physical copy. So
Read it. So good.
Your voice just lagged like
Did it?
a lot.
No, I'm just saying. I was just saying.
I thought you were
read it.
silent because like
Yeah.
no sound, and then suddenly like the voice just went read it. It was
Yeah.
I
No, I'm
can't
saying read it.
find-
It's really good.
No,
I
no.
read it. The ending
Was
is
it-
just fantastic.
Hasbro? Did Hasbro produce it?
Hasbro produces a lot of stuff for D&D in the old days.
Yeah, there it is.
Before Wizards
Dungeons
took
and
over all their
Dragons: The
stuff.
Fantasy Adventure.
wow. Was this like a online game?
Oh
or
no,
something?
it was Parker. It was Parker.
Parker Brothers. Yeah, that makes sense.
The
Yeah, because before Wizards got really big during 3.5 and 4th edition, they outsourced all of their box sets and all their physical stuff to other companies other than their books, because Wizards didn't have the in-house capacity to make those box sets. So that's what
that
they did.
version. I have that still as well.
Says Isaac.
Oh,
Yeah, that's 3rd edition. I can tell by the art.
yeah. It was cool. You got all like you basically got like the 4 areas, so to speak, of like models. So you had like undead, like skeletons and zombies and stuff, and then you had
I
like
like the old
a
art.
forest.
It's good.
So you have like all the bugbears and gnolls and things, and then they had like and then they had like a poison section. So there was like giant caterpillar things, and it was
Yeah,
good.
That's good. That's good. Okay, so everybody's back. Good to go.
Yep.
Why does everyone take
Oh,
like
maybe.
way less time than me?
Because
I
we're
mean,
used to
what-
this and we're professionals.
I
Well,
want to
and
make
all-
a cup of tea. I'm gonna make a cup of tea.
All I had to
I
do
just
was-
There's
drink
nothing
water
like a
during
professional
these.
about that.
all
I
I
want
had
more
to
ice
drink
cream.
water during
I'ma get
these,
more
and I
ice
have
cream.
3 bottles of water.
Hey,
sitting
let
out
Chris
on my
speak.
desk.
He's been trying to say something.
all I had to do was smoke, freak out because I thought I was out of beer, and then realize I still have a 12-pack of Guinness left.
It's the afternoon, though.
Because I ran out of Heineken. Like I grabbed the last
Ex-military
Heineken.
student,
I'm
everybody.
like, oh no.
Okay, so it's Arwan's turn. 'Cause we started at the top of the turn order.
Should I try magic again? I feel like it won't work.
That's a really good book. The side note, the author of that book is actually in my chat.
Cool.
Nice.
Well, look at you.
I guess I will just shoot it again.
Okay.
Or not.
You miss.
How's Ustenia doing on the health front?
Better, much better. Slightly grazed.
Alright, then I'll wait. That's My turn, I guess.
Okay.
Level 2,
I'm
everyone.
saying I'm only slightly grazed.
Alright, it's going to... Let's see here.
You guys should be able to see a health bar above my character anyway.
I can't see
only you
anything.
see that.
I can't see it.
Oh,
I don't see it on anyone.
I've set it up with the intention of like hoping you guys would be able to see it.
Alright, it's going
Oh, because we can't
to-
click your totem.
Ah, well, no, it should show up anyways. Like on the D&D that I do with Ben.
Hold on a second. I can fix that because that's a thing. If you're you're in the edit token thing. Do you have basic and advanced tabs?
No.
No,
Okay. What bar are you using for your thing? It's
the
bar
green one.
Bar
R1.
There you go. I enabled it visibility for everybody. So
Ah,
everybody
there you
should
go.
be
Yeah,
able
we
to
can
see
see it. I should set that up.
Is there any way to
Well,
link it to our
I-
sheet?
What?
Is there any way to link that to our sheet?
Oh yeah, it's built in. Yeah, if you click it and you look at the bar, there's like a little there
Huh.
should be like a little drop
I
down
did it!
menu that you can like hook it up to XP or to HP, and it should auto do that.
Wait, what are we doing?
Setting up health bars.
But how?
Where's the drop down?
When you select your token, you
Yeah.
got the wheel icon,
I can do this for you guys. It's...
and then you've
Okay.
got edit
Oh,
token,
you-
and you've got heart bar.
But that's the wrong. This is your. Boom. There you go. You were clicking on.
No.
I mean, I can manually type it in.
I was clicking the torch.
You were clicking the torch. You have to look for its HP in the drop down. HP. There you go.
I don't
There
see
you
a
go.
drop
Should
down.
be on
Is,
there
yeah, am I
now.
missing a drop? What drop down?
I didn't actually see a drop down. But yeah, anyway, God, it is your character's go.
Yeah,
No,
I
but
know. I'm just
what?
setting this up. I'm getting it.
Okay.
Shut up.
Don't evoke the wrath of God.
Stop pressuring me.
Oh, I'm worse off thanUstenia is.
There you go. That's all set up.
Thank you.
Actually, I can also do this for you, Estonia.
Oh shit! Yeah, I've just realised also we didn't rest since our last.
So
battle,
this
did we?
can essentially,
No.
Estonia, you won't have to mess with your token anymore. This
That's
should
why my hit
auto.
points are down.
This should auto do it from your character sheet, which
Yeah.
you were on 17, so you might want to affect your character sheet because I don't think you've put the HP damage on your character sheet, just on your token. So you were on 17, I think. You got that, Utari?
Yeah, health 17.
Okay, put that on
Yeah.
your character sheet.
Yeah, I forgot to hit the button. Sorry.
There you go. Okay, that should also you should also be able to do it on your token like you normally do, but it'll also go to your character sheet automatically.
Yeah.
It's a link
Nice.
now. Okay, so the creature, seeing the individual that had vanished before coming down the hallway, and looking around.
I can't see it. How does
I don't
it see
know if
me?
it can see you or not. It hears you coming down the hallway.
Thank
the
you very
clacking of
much.
boots on the clacking of boots on cobblestone, on rough stone. It, Usteni, you can hear it muttering under its breath some sort of ancient incantation, and it puts its arms wide, and a magical effect spreads across the chamber. I'm going to need each one of you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no.
Oh my god. Are you kidding me? I get a +3 to that. I rolled awfully today.
No. Oh wait, I hit the wrong version, but it's the same.
This is the same.
All of us?
Okay.
It'll be the
So-
same.
One of us?
Okay.
Hey, I
You know,
did
if you wanted
okay.
to, Stenia,
So did I.
you could apply your. If you
Oh wait,
wanted
no,
to,
it's
Stenia,
not the same. It's not the same.
It's not.
No, it's a 4. Sorry.
It's a force.
Two.
Yeah, double. Okay. Okay. the individuals who got less than... Yep, the individuals who got less than a 13 on their saving throws,
Yeet.
which is R1. Actually,
So-
I don't think
Right.
Rivallon is in range of this. Oh, just in it, just in range.
That's fine. I got 14. I don't care.
Okay. But everybody who got below 13, in mid movement, whatever you were previously doing, you now freeze, and you are unable to move.
Can we verbally
try.
move? Like, is it just our body, or can we like? Is
Your
it...
entire person is frozen.
Oh, fuck.
No vocalization.
To everyone who passed, you look to the side and you see Arwan and Isaac frozen, and then you don't see them at all.
Oh no. There goes
Oh,
my
fuck.
human shield.
There goes my payment.
I just got here.
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Oh,
I'm in blackness.
Oh, now
Why am I in
everything's
blackness?
dark.
Yeah,
Because they
because
took
they
the
had both
torches.
torches.
Oh fuck.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
No.
I'm
Someone
not
have
anywhere.
torches.
I know you're not anywhere. You don't.
Oh, I've been banished. Oh no. I swear they were a charisma saving throw.
Run away?
Run away!
I can't see to run away.
You should be able to see. You should be able to see just to like you 5 feet around you.
Yep.
No.
No,
Yep.
hold on a second. I'll change that so you can see, because that you should be able to see 5 feet around you. So I'll give you.
Run towards the
feet
sound of
away.
my voice.
Or
-5.
someone who's got torches, just pull out a torch and we'll kill this mofo.
Do you have dim light around you for 5 feet now?
Yes.
No.
Okay. Well, no, he does. I'm giving you as well. Or do you have dark vision?
I do.
Well, you do, but does Brunham have dark vision?
What kind of
He
dwarf
doesn't have
doesn't
very
have?
What kind of
good
dwarf
eyesight.
can't see in the dark?
A blind one?
Someone who may not be a dwarf.
Touche.
You
on the
don't know I
blinds joke.
can't see.
Okay.
Apart
So
from the fact
now,
Still running in the corridor.
so now Ustenia and Brunham, you should have dim light around you for 5 feet.
Very, very dim. Yep.
Yep. Because it's darkness.
Next
Yes.
time, remind me to put light on one of you guys and not myself. I don't need it.
Hey, I stole his locket earlier.
Are we still frozen in wherever this horrible hell we are is?
Or are we meant to be seeing something? Because I don't
no,
see
you-
anything.
Oh, you guys see the chamber like you did before. Everybody
Oh,
seems to
yeah.
not be able to see you, and you can't move. And let's just see how long this is going to last.
Great.
Because I don't see the chamber anymore. That's the thing.
I know you don't see it. It's just going to be the same because the light's gone, and I can't work that
Oh, okay.
together. The light's gone. 3, 4. Okay. So yeah, you're there, and you can't move, and that's Isaac's turn.
Do I not even like get a constitution check to try?
You
and
already
get-
did.
That wasn't on my turn though.
I know that was their action. I know what it is. Don't worry, I'm reading the spell.
So there is no secondary save to try and do the rest of this.
Not yet.
Fuck.
We have to wait 4 turns.
It's been 20. It hasn't been 24 hours yet. So, Rivallon.
All right. Am I allowed to use my bonus action before I make my attack?
Yeah, you can use actions, bonus actions, and movement can be used in whatever order you want, and even movement can be split between 2 different things. So if you
Right.
wanted to move, 10 feet and 15 feet, and use an action between there, you could. It's
Justinia? Are we okay?
Yes.
Are we good if I accidentally hit you?
Have you not got torches that you can pull out and light up before all that? Like, we just need one person.
Flint and steel.
I have a dark vision, so I can see quite happily.
Oh, that suits you just fine, you know?
No, it's more
go
along the
right on
lines
ahead. It's
of what my
it's
bonus action will
not
be.
about anyone else, you know? It's the Rivallon show right now. You go right on ahead, dude.
It's my bonus action. If anyone within 5 feet gets hurt.
Do you know what? I've just realised how bad this is. The 2 people that got banished were the 2 casters.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're the
God.
ones who rolled low. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, I'm carrying this team with my ass.
Maybe if you guys had better
Just
stomachs.
slamming.
Okay, I've rolled a 3, a 1, and a 2 today. Fucking hell! Today is not my day.
It was
So,
better when I was
Rivallon.
Isaac. It was better when I was Isaac.
It really was.
Yeah.
It was. It was. There was good rolls and everything.
You were better as Isaac than you were as Brunhound.
Yeah.
I can't use my bonus action because Justinia's too close. I'll do damage to him.
Go ahead, just whatever. Whatever you feel best. Just someone, please, light a torch.
I don't have a torch.
It's your turn next. Do
Assuming
I even have a torch?
that's probably
I
good.
don't know. Did you guys buy
I
torches?
have torches.
You do.
I-
So you're gonna be in the
I'm
middle of
not
that. You're gonna be rage lighting this thing.
Yes. Yes. I can't believe I'm the only one with torches out of the 3 of us. That should be like standard
wait.
equipment for everyone.
I might. Yeah.
Have you got an explorer's pack?
No.
I don't know how to whisper, Chris. I'm sorry.
Slash W name.
So Rivallon, what do you want to do?
Well, I'm gonna end up hurting Justinia if I do what I want to do.
Do it anyway.
Do it anyway.
I have candles.
I don't know. You can't see me.
I'll make it atmospheric.
Hang on, I'm gonna find me Hail of Thorns.
Really set the mood.
Oh,
for
I'll
that.
set the mood here. Don't you worry. This script is gonna be, it's gonna be good.
This feng shui is going to be beyond belief.
Oh,
cast
that was
Hail of Thorns.
perfect. I didn't plan that at all. You guys just happened to be both.
I just
torchbearers.
get back and I roll duff. That's
That's what you get for going away.
okay.
Next time
My
you hit creature
my PC is punishing me for leaving. That's what it is.
Okay.
Oh, you hail
Yeah.
of thorns. Okay.
Do you have any way of getting advantage on this? Do you want to try anything to get advantage?
Really? I have no idea.
Okay, you miss.
Surprise, surprise.
That's why I was trying to get advantage, because the advantage would have hit. Anything, give me anything.
Sorry.
Hey, your shot goes wide. It's dark and dim, and your eyes are adjusting. To you just saw a bright light, and then it was away after just being outside of bright light, running down the corridors. So you were now you're seeing after images, and your shot goes wide, hitting the side of a wall
Oh, damn.
on the opposite side of the creature.
Does it impact within 5 feet of it?
Yeah.
Let's see if it does or not. I'm gonna roll a dice. I'm gonna roll, let's see, 1, 2, 3.
I've got 9 squares I can hit.
7, 8. I'm gonna roll a d8 to figure out what square it hits. I'm gonna roll a d6 to see how many squares away it hits. So if I roll a 1 on any of these, then... Or if I roll a 1 on the distance, then we'll know. Well, shit. Thing is it hit this square right here, and that square, you can only hit that wall, so it did hit within 5 feet.
Oh wow! I saw a ping in the darkness.
I know, right?
So you did hit within 5 feet, so does that mean...
Anything within 5 feet, make a dexterity saving throw.
I have advantage on this.
Oh, actually, wait.
It
Oh,
rolled a
that
four.
doesn't work because it has to hit a creature, but you still have a whole minute before it runs out.
Yes.
So
Okay, so
hitting
it
me,
didn't do
right?
anything.
Doesn't do
Sorry, I
anything.
forgot how that read.
No, it's
So
fine. Don't worry.
it didn't do anything.
Didn't
So
do
it
anything,
this time.
and I've got a minute.
You still
What does
have-
that mean?
That means each round is 6 seconds, so you have 10 rounds.
Sweet.
That's what a minute is. Okay,
I'm
Ustenia,
hoping
do you have
this
anything else you want to
doesn't
do, Rival? Or is that it?
No, that's it.
Alright, Ustenia.
I would like to ask, lighting a torch, bonus or regular action?
You're a seasoned adventurer, or you're a seasoned outdoorsman.
Mm-hmm.
You know you're going to be in a dark place.
Mm-hmm.
Means you might have a torch kind of on a loop on the edge of like your pack or something like that.
That could be a very distinct plausibility.
I'm trying to give this to you.
Yes.
Yeah, snark back.
Yeah.
I will give it to you for a bonus action.
Yay! I'd like to light a torch.
Okay.
Please.
Imagine
throw
after
us
all
in
that,
the
you were
garden
like,
right
actually, I don't
now.
want to use that for my bonus action. No,
Yay!
Yay!
Let
And now
there be
hit it
light!
with the torch. Hit it with the torch. Do fire damage.
That's not a bad idea.
No,
what would
I
the
know
stats
it's not a
be on
bad
that?
idea. So I suggested it. Sorry, I'm not
what would
here.
the stats? Well, no, actually, I'm gonna
That'd be
admit
an
this is something that
improvised weapon.
Ustinia probably would do.
That would count as an improvised weapon, and if you hit, I might give you an extra d6 of fire damage on top of the d10 that an
Ooh.
improvised weapon automatically gets.
Okay, I need to make stats for this to roll the thing.
Isn't it just a D20 plus
Barbarians get a
strength?
bonus to don't they improvise weapons? Isn't that a thing? Or one thing? Because it's just
Yeah.
like
Are they
clubs and
proficient?
shit. I think they're proficient.
Let me have a look. Yes, they are.
they're proficient at whacking things with other
Things
things.
with-
Simple weapons.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
have a proficiency in simple weapons.
That's
Which-
different than an improvised
So-
weapon.
An improvised weapon would be a simple weapon.
Oh,
Yeah, so
okay.
I'm rolling a 1d20 plus my strength modifier.
Because I've seen a
your-
barbarian.
Plus your proficiency.
Yeah.
So proficiency and strength. I'll add it onto that d20 roll. So,
Because I know there was a barbarian
what
once
is
that it was
proficiency?
proficient in hitting people with dwarves.
your
but he
last
used
attack
a
with
dwarf as a club.
your last attack was a +6 that you made with your axe, which would be the same exact thing you're rolling now.
Oh yeah, because you don't. Isn't rage a thing too? Or is that just damage?
That's just damage. So it's +6 on this d20 would be. Do you want to use your bardic inspiration or your inspiration to get advantage to roll another one? Or
I would like to use the bardic.
Okay, you wouldn't get advantage on this. You would get d6 on the attack, right? Or that's just damage. Is that just damage or is that an attack?
Oh, let me
Uh,
look.
Because
Well,
there's all separate ones. If not, then you might just have to use your inspiration for the day.
I'm going to use the inspiration.
Okay, then you can re-roll on this. 23. You hit.
Okay.
Yay!
And it works for an attack roll.
Okay,
And what's
so
the
you still have
damage
your
on it?
bardic. I'm gonna say
Damage?
it's a D. I'm gonna say it's a D10 plus 1d6.
And
I
do I
have
add my strength to the end of this as well?
Yes, you would.
Yes.
So it's a D10 of bludgeoning damage and then a D6 of fire damage.
Plus whatever your strength is.
Yeah, plus whatever your
And rage.
top of that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
rage.
rage.
Oh fuck, this is gonna hurt it.
Well, unless he rolls a 1.
We hope.
So it's
Okay,
a
now, you don't. Now you wouldn't add anything to the
And-
fire.
Yeah.
So the fire's still on
Okay,
top of
add
that.
2 to that, sorry. That's strength, and add 2 to that, so it's 15.
so it's an 11 and a 4. Right?
Well, he did. No, he just. rolled a
And that's
D10
4
plus
fire.
4.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I forgot to add rage. So that's 13. So that's 15 plus. That's 18.
I know.
No, 19, sorry. 19
Yeah, it's
damage.
It might
15
not-
bludgeoning damage.
Yeah, 15 bludgeoning, 4 fire.
And 4 fire. You need to separate the damage because of its resistances.
Yeah, that's what I've done.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what I've done.
Okay.
Cool.
I'm just far enough. I can't see the light.
All right. It.
That seems like a you problem.
The creature is you spend part of your action lighting a torch very quickly, and when the fire races up, you see the creature. Although its face is immobile due to its bone structure, the fact that it's only bone, it seems as if it's smiling in a mocking tone towards you. So it enrages you even more, and instead of bringing out your battle axe, you instead choke up on this torch, and you start wailing on the creature with your torch. Unexpectedly, as it seems, as the creature was not prepared, you get a good solid hit into its head, showing a crack across its skull, and the fire sets light to the hood.
It's only just bloodied.
So now you see a creature, you see the skull now, wreathed in flame, as the fire burns around it, giving it an ominous presence.
So now it's Ghost Rider.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
mate, Ghost Rider.
We're fighting Ghost Rider.
Essentially. So, at the end of your turn, Ustenia.
That's the end of my
What else
turn.
you could do. So,
Yeah, not much else.
all right. Brunhelm.
Yeah, about that.
About that.
Oh, I'm so useless in this fight.
I'm just gonna be devil's advocate here. Do you have anything in your inventory like oil flasks or anything like that? Because it is now on fire.
Burn, baby. Burn.
Make the fire
Just
work.
go
And you are a dexterity-based character, so you could probably hit what you're aiming for.
Hey, hey now.
Just being
Hey.
helpful from wherever I
Just
am.
being
Uh,
helpful.
A small voice, an angelic voice in my head.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I'm gonna whip out an oil flask.
Okay, you whip
This
out like
could
a
go
clay
bad for
flask.
Ustinia, but
Yeah, very well could.
Yeah.
You whip out a clay flask that's stopped up with an oiled cork, and you hit the fuse.
I'm lobbing it at the
You lob it.
creature.
Okay, make a ranged attack. It's a D20 plus your proficiency and your
Dex modifier.
dex
Dex.
modifier. So
Okay.
what's your proficiency modifier now? It's 2, right? At this level.
Yeah,
2. It's always the base is 2, so it's 2 plus your dex modifier. On the
plus my
D20 roll.
dex mod.
Yep. Which should be
Oh
pretty
boy.
good. Because you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, you're a rogue.
dex-based
That's kind
character.
of your point.
Unless you roll a 1, but how's that? No?
Ah! It's dark still. I don't know.
The thing's on fire. Come on.
A torch is right next to
Well, no,
it.
that's the thing. It's on fire. It's too bright. I'm blinded a little bit. I'm like.
All right, I'm
"Oh."
gonna do the D6 plus the. I'm gonna do the D8 to see which. I'm gonna roll
We're
this
gonna
for you.
scatter die it. We're gonna
We're
Warhammer.
scatter dying. So essentially, what the D8 means is that this square right above the creature is a 1,
Mhm.
and then it counts from the. Yeah, it counts from the. You're going right. You're going clockwise. So this would be 1. This would be 2 over here, and then
It's so
it keeps
weird
going
just
3
seeing a
around it.
ping in the blackness.
Yeah. So I'm gonna roll a D8 for that, and we're gonna see which square we're originating from. So D8, 1. So right above it. So you fell short.
Okay.
You fell short, and then I'm gonna roll a D6 to see how many squares away from the creature it lands.
It's gonna bounce.
3. So that's 3 squares from here. 1, 2, 3.
I didn't roll that badly. Surely, I didn't roll a 1. Can't it be like?
Oh,
You missed.
yeah.
You missed. You missed. That's how scatter die works. That's how the scatter die works.
To be fair, that is how we've always played throwing objects.
That's how a thrown object works. I'm
In our
using.
world.
It may not be how it is in the rule book, but it definitely is what we will
This
use.
is a homebrew. We
It's
were
a
allowed to do what we do.
It's allowed to do. So,
bounces off the
Brunhelm,
fucking floor
listening
and
to the
hits me in the
voice in the
face.
back, listening to the voice in the back of their head, pops the cork and sets the fuse. throws it, but a little bit of the oil gets on their hand and slips. So instead of throwing, the arm keeps going, but the flask stays in the air as if momentum ceased, and it just falls to the ground. The oil flask bursting, and yeah, so
It's on fire.
The damage.
It really is up
It
to the
doesn't sound
barbarian to
fire.
carry the team.
I have
here.
to roll damage.
I tried. I ran across the
You
other
need to
side of the
roll.
dungeon.
Tried so hard.
If it's an oil flask, then it should
Oh,
have a list
oh,
of-
she's next to a torch. Oh, I'm so sorry.
I can't. Okay.
there should be the stats for the oil flask. If you have it in your
Oh.
inventory.
12 was a pretty good roll.
To be fair, yeah, that's why she's not taking full damage from this.
What do you mean the stat? There's no stats for the oil flask. Where?
It's
Because
fire.
it's a part of a
so
pack.
it deals-
So
Well, yeah, but there is a stat in the compendium, and I'm reading it right now. Could just search it.
I searched for oil flask and it's not come up.
The target takes an additional 5 fire damage from burning oil. So yeah, and 5 fire damage. It'll burn for 2 rounds, dealing 5 fire damage at the start of its turn.
If you just remain in the oil. Yeah.
If you remain in the oil, you're not covered in oil because you didn't roll a 1. It's the tile you're in that has the oil, and
Okay,
the
but
oil
I
spreads
lose-
slightly off to the side, and almost as if there is a torch somewhere out of your line of sight, as if it is invisible. Sets fire to the oil, as if out of nowhere, to your point of view.
Oh, so we're still there. Interesting.
And you take 5 fire damage.
Yep. Ouch.
From where you're.
I'm
Now,
not holding
if
a
you
torch.
leave,
Run, Tem!
if you-
Run towards me!
if
God,
you
can I just
leave-
point out,
What?
my thing isn't a torch, it's something with light on it. If
Oh, it
it's
isn't. You are correct. So that
Yeah.
wouldn't be.
I was gonna
It's
say, how
only
is
a-
this necklace turned
it's
into fire?
Owen.
yeah,
you,
it's
you don't
as
take
a
fire
torch, right?
damage. The
No,
oil
I have
just
light.
hits the ground. You don't take any damage. The oil just hits the ground
Sorry.
and soaks the
I
ground.
don't take, or he doesn't take.
No, you don't
Neither
take
of you
it.
take
You
it.
don't.
You
It,
don't
it
take
doesn't light up because it's not an actual torch. It's just the graphic on Roach's screen is a torch, and I've just cottoned on to what is
Nice one.
by the fact he said it's like hit an invisible torch.
Yeah.
That's the thing. And hello, George.
Put him on the stream. Put him on the stream.
Oh, come on, Cyclops.
Kitty!
Hey, George!
Oh,
Hey, George!
I miss being able to show my cat off.
So, but you are in a square of oil. So if it catches fire, then you will be on fire. But it'll take
Okay.
about how much does that? It'll take about 1 minute before that oil actually dries. Would you else? Do you have anything else you'd like to do? You are
Get out
not
of the
hidden
patch of
anymore because
oil.
you've done it. Okay. You are now out of the patch of oil.
nice one.
You are not hidden anymore, by the way, because you've done attacks and stuff. But is there anything else you'd like to do, or is that the end of your turn?
Can you stop hitting the microphone? Yeah, that's my face. Cool, thank you.
I'm so distracted.
It's a cat. It's just a cat.
Oh, but I know this cat personally.
It's a cat with a dodgy eye. He's got like a wonky eye. It's hilarious.
You've
Don't know
seen
if
my cat. She's got the cauliflower ear on her. So we
Oh,
both
yeah,
got
she
cats
does.
with things. Yeah.
This is one of 3.
I just have the one. She's too old to share anything. Anything else, or is that the end of your turn?
I can't really do another action, can I? Okay.
No, that
Um,
was your action to fail
Mhm.
throwing the
Mhm.
flask.
Mhm.
Roach, just because I'm trying to check on what I don't know whatever spell this is that's been done on me. It's not concentration, is it? Because he just took damage. I'm just making sure. Because it did take fire damage to the barbarian's turn. I'm being like super rules right now because I can't do anything else.
There's a whole lot of role playing going on
When
here,
you're
as in rolling
stuck in
things.
nothing,
Rather
you're
than-
gonna
rather
No
than-
concentration
roll.
mentioned in the spell.
I'm gonna just not.
I'm going to not
Not do anything.
Starts tying apart.
Just no.
That's not okay. So that's the end of Brunhelm's turn.
Bro, just being
Arwan's no
honest.
longer in the turn order, and it's Gripthing's turn. What is it going to do now? Use that. Use that.
It's gonna realize it's a horrible being and commit suicide.
Yes, it is.
It's already
You
dead.
You only wish.
Whatever the equivalent for suicide is for an undead creature.
Getting a good life together, getting a life together. That's what it is. Okay, it's just gonna keep. It's used up its bag of tricks now, so it's gonna keep slashing at Ustenia, especially since the healer's gone.
Oh God. Nope. No. Just.
No?
Yes, just.
Seriously?
No. Seriously, 17 because I've got that chainmail and a shield.
Oh, you picked up chainmail. That was that thing you picked up. You put it on. didn't
No,
you?
I
No.
paid for it. I bought it. That's my payment. I'm selling
He
that. to get
paid
my
good
payment.
money.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
had
okay.
chainmail since the beginning. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
going tank barbarian.
Right, got it.
Tank
So what is
bear.
that? What is that? The totem of the bear or something like that? Or am I thinking
Yeah,
of the other
something
one?
like that. I'm
Yeah.
going for like heavy armor, like tank type barbarian.
It's a
Yeah,
Viking.
okay, so this one's going to then go 5. And shuffle 5 feet over to get out of line of sight of the archer.
Oh, it's like the archer.
And Isaac's no longer in the turn order. Rivallon, you.
Do we not even get to? No. Okay.
Okay.
I'm reading the spell, damn it. This is first D&D shit right now that you're dealing with.
I can tell.
What do you mean you want to have fairness and fun? Fuck you.
I mean,
Okay.
we just want to get to the end of the encounter.
So I've still got that
Well, you're trying.
Hail of
You
Thorns
still
thing,
got Hail of
haven't I?
Thorns right now. Yes.
Yes.
It'll last for another 5 turns after this.
I think I'm gonna hit.
You do. You hit. The good thing it's not disadvantaged right now, because you would have gotten, you would have hit Ustenia right in the back of the head.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, you hit. So you do 7 piercing damage plus the Hail of Thorns damage, which I think is 1d10. But you might wanna reread that.
1d6. No, 1d10. No, hang on, wait a minute.
I have to make a save. He has to make a saving throw, and Ustenia has to make a dex saving throw. So we both have to make a dex saving throw with a DC of whatever. What's your spell DC on your spell page? There should be like on the top should have spell save DC or something like that up there.
Me?
Spell save 11.
11.
And
So,
I have danger sense, so I get dexterity saving throws.
Oh.
Advantage.
Good.
Nice.
Didn't need it.
Oh,
Nicely done there, sir.
Sorry, MVP today. Rolling a 19 there. Well, no, it
Roll 13 versus that.
11. It makes it.
So roll the D10, rival.
Roll the d10.
Roll the D10.
Roll
And we
it.
both take this. We both take half of this, Ustenia.
Ready?
Yeah, go ahead. So 2 damage to Ustenia and to the thing.
No, you
Was
get the
that
7 as well.
Magical damage?
Oh, no, you don't. Sorry, no, you don't.
No.
No, you don't. It's only if I hit that it gets really ridiculous damage, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, no, you got 7 damage. The 7 damage was done by the arrow that hits,
Mhm.
and then on top of that you do the Hail of Thorns damage, which you rolled a 4 for,
Right.
and then
You get half
instead
of
of
that.
doing the
'cause you
full and half that because we saved against that.
Yeah.
So that's what that'd be. So you would have done 11 damage if we failed against that save. That's how that would work. But that's so maybe 4 for that. The arrow doesn't seem to do full damage, and does it actually note what kind of damage the Hail of Thorns does? Is it piercing? Piercing. Okay, so it's gonna. It doesn't look like the thorns do full damage either. So a arrow shoots forth and right over Ustenia's head into the corpse thing's chest, where it sinks in there and then hits the like interior of the spinal column, in like past the rib cage, where you see the fletchings of the arrow still sticking out, and then from inside of that you see these thorns shooting out from inside of the cloth cloak that is in the creature outward. And some of it catches Ustenia, but he's prepared, he's raging, he doesn't really care. And the creature doesn't necessarily seem to care too much. Just looks like it did some damage. You see little flecks of bone on the ground falling, but it doesn't look like the creature's doing too well right now.
Okay, I then close in on Ustenia for next turn.
Alright. It's Ustenia's turn.
Bash with the stick again.
Bash with the stick. So 1d6 or 1d20 plus 6. You hit. If you do anything over 8 damage, yep. Okay.
And am I applying fire damage?
Go ahead. Let's see how much you kill it. Okay,
Not much.
Yeah. So, Ustenia's still raging, and now with a couple of thorns and like your arm from you shielding your face, you come forward again with this big two-handed swing of this torch over your head, like overhanded straight down into the head of this creature, and like one bash. And it seems to be dazed a little bit and shaking on its feet. And then the second bash, you hear a crack, and the skull of this creature explodes outward.
Yeah.
Oh.
Kablooey!
And the creature, and a shadowy presence from the creature's skull kind of is there for a second and then dissipates. And the body that was once animated, and animated for a split second after the skull goes down trying to reach for you with its claws, then falls apart into a mess of bones and a cloak that is still smoldering.
I spit
The
on it.
creature is dead.
I spit on it.
And
It's come over.
Ugh, they never said we'd be fighting the dead.
Hey, they're back!
My goodness.
Oh, we're not.
Arwan and Isaac.
Oh, yes, we are.
Yeah. Arwan and Isaac. As the creature,
Oh, no, you're
as
not.
you've witnessed the last couple of like half minute of combat since you were frozen. Since you were frozen in time, you see the creature die in the way I previously described, and then
Oh, I'm about to.
your body goes lax. You can move again, and then you see your friends. They can see you again. You're back.
Cure wounds.
I'm gonna. On who?
Oh, I was just gonna say,
I'm
do
gonna
we
do it on
want to take
Styria.
a short rest, and I can just play my song of rest, and we can roll hit dice if we need them.
Might be an idea. I would like to investigate the corpse, but first by poking it with my quarterstaff, not touching it with my hands.
Okay, roll an investigation check.
Somehow I think this is not the way that Talan was working.
Okay.
Can I take 5 on it as well?
If you want to.
Unless the
Styria.
9 meant it's or nothing.
Ustenia,
Yeah.
I give you 5 health back, my friend.
Ah, thank you.
Also, why is the crit on the advantage? Come on.
Yeah. Isaac,
Well,
you spent some
Just
time.
do what I do. Get crit on both.
You spent some time looking at the creature and the body, and then you kind of used your staff to lift up some of the robes. The fire's died down. It is still a very damp cloth. But from what you can see, it looks to be a normal human skeleton without a head now.
Can I investigate this creepy crypt?
And a arrow embedded in one of its vertebrae, and little nicks and stuff on a lot of its chest.
I'm
Could be
gonna
mine.
pick up
Seems
the
to be a
bones.
normal human skeleton.
Could be mine.
I'm gonna pick up like the remains and I'm gonna take it back to wherever it was buried.
Which
do you
is
know?
south.
Well, I
Oh.
have 2 questions.
Oh,
Go ahead.
One, can I roll an Arcana check because we sensed magic before this thing attacked us, and I want to make sure there's nothing around.
Okay. Roll that.
Yeah, Isaac, roll Arcana. You've been doing really good at that.
really? I'm not trained in it.
Oh, mine's
R1.
terrible. I think I've covered the terrible one this time.
Yeah. R1. You take a minute and kind of take in the area around you. The dark presence that you felt before is gone, but the incomplete magic, this broken spell that is still permeating the air, you can still feel it.
Oh, good.
I want to investigate the creepy crypt.
Okay. Roll an investigation check.
Yeah.
12.
Ugh.
Bridget just looks at it in disgust.
You. 1 second. Oh, that was a great creature to have for the encounter. I'm glad that I found that one.
I'm not.
No,
yeah,
am I?
less of that, thanks.
Yeah.
I don't like not having this book.
It's okay. I asked a friend of mine that played has played every version of D&D since it came out, and he has a guess at what the spell was.
Oh.
Ooh, and?
Oh, I could tell you the spell off top.
And-
It doesn't exist
wait,
in 5th edition anymore.
Wait, he
but-
said his guess was Cloak Other.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, that's what you get.
Oh,
when you
It's
ask your-
Cloak Other. It's Cloak Other. 2d4 days.
But he said he remembered it being a charisma check.
You get a check once a day.
He remembered it being a charisma
days.
check.
That thing had charisma?
You mean they?
2d4.
They would have just been
If it-
following us around?
Oh no! They wouldn't have been following you around.
we
They were
were
frozen.
stuck there.
They were
Oh
paralyzed.
my
They were
God.
stuck. They were
Yeah,
stuck for
first edition
2d4 days.
D&D was awful for players. Like, everything killed you. Like,
Yeah,
Or
the only
just
thing is, he said he
touch
thought
up.
it was a charisma check.
yeah, that sounds
it's
like
con-
something... Anything
con
to
check.
do with, like,
Because it's
Like-
paralyzation, so it's testing against your constitution. That's
yeah,
what
but
it is.
anything to do with, like, sort of realm banishment always used to be, like, charisma.
Yeah, but that wasn't realm banishment. That was
No.
that was
Was
there
applying
anything about
applying
being
a cloak
bright-
to you and stopping you, as if it was a guard dog of some sort or something. So, Burnham, you let's see here. In the chamber that you are in, you find, although it is
That
less.
everyone's walked away from and doesn't have any light
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah,
Sorry.
less. It is less decayed and broken down than the chambers that you've seen previously, but still in very much disrepair. A chamber that is lavishly decorated with painted murals on the walls of what seems to be a female dwarf's life. As she goes through her accomplishments, it looks like you see runes splayed across various different areas, and when you look to the actual crypt that is in the overall tomb that you're in, you see the top of the crypt has been left ajar, open. A large stone has hit the corner of the kind of overhang that the crypt had on its top, and it seems to have slid down. You see a body inside of the crypt. Not as decayed as you would think from something so old. And on the dwarf's body, you see finery, jewelry, and some items that seem to have runes. And in the darkness, you can see the runes glowing.
All of that in my bag.
Sneaky.
I'm not over there, and I can't stop her because I'm going to be trying to. put
No.
the
I
Body
just
back.
since I
Can I
am here
roll-
with a light.
Is anyone like actually looking in this
I mean,
direction?
I'm kind of just sitting here watching because you needed a light.
Right.
You
In that
needed a light.
case,
Yeah.
can I roll sleight of hand?
Go ahead. It's going to be against his perception.
Well,
Passive perception though, because he's not going to be actively checking, is he?
Doesn't matter. I don't think I could roll that well, even if
Even if you're trying.
I was trying.
The glowing thing with runes. I don't.
The shadow. He's so short. He's so short. He doesn't see where you're over the top and you're in the shadows of it. So he's got the thing there. So the line of sight doesn't work, especially with the crypt's top blocking a lot of the view.
picking these things up, do I have a better understanding of what these things with runes are? Like, is it just that some of this jewelry is?
Well, you get some jewelry off of the corpse. You like pick some like a couple of what look to be earrings, but with nothing
Cha-ching.
to hold the earrings on
Cha-ching.
anymore. A necklace of fine gemstones and a bit of gold lying on it. But there's two rings on the hand that seem to be, the hand seems to have not rotted. It seems to have dried out. And a bracelet. All three of them having very runic engravings on them, softly glowing a light bluish color, like light blue. And you go to take them off, and when you go to take them off, they don't move, and the hand remains immobile, as if it is locked in space.
So I can't steal them.
Apparently not.
They seem to be locked in space. You try and get them off. You try and like. Wiggle
But I
them
have
off.
the other things now.
Yeah, you have some of the earring. You have the earrings and the necklace that was on there. That looked just
Okay, I'm gonna call
jewelry.
everyone else to attention now.
I
There's
am.
a crypt that's open in here, and it's got some funky jewelry on the body. I didn't like it. Someone detect some magic on this crazy stuff.
On my
I
way.
wouldn't
Keep
know.
wanting
I can
Every
see
time you
magic.
talk, keep wanting to slip into like Falcon.
Kill Jester.
Kill
Huh?
Jester.
I watched it as well when you sent it. I just
There's
went,
like
"Oh,
30 of
well,
those, and they're
Yeah,
all
they're
really
great.
good. They're
They are.
great.
Thank you for showing me that. That was
Oh,
fantastic.
I was just gonna actually
Welcome to
pass
Adventure Call.
detect magic.
I'm Falconhoof, and I'll be your guide.
You do that really well. That's really quite scary, Roach. That's a good impression. In the meantime, I've been putting the bones on this. I'm guessing it's where it came from, and I'm
Oh,
gonna.
don't be putting
There-
things on
There are
platform
no
or
uh,
anything like that.
so-
you know what happens
so-
when you do that.
So while this was going
You-
on, we're gonna go down to where Isaac has been. While that's been going on up there, Isaac, you've been down here, and you go into where the creature was first spotted, and when you go in there, you find a. We get it, Baron.
I haven't walked in yet. I'm like.
You're like
I'm at the edge.
pinging the
This is
map. That
Be
thing.
careful. Be careful
Uh,
going in there. You might get an MTI. Magically
transmitted
transmitted
infection.
God damn it. You,
Oh, it loves
you
it.
look into the area that the creature came from, while the others are looking around or looking at crypts. You're down here looking at this. You see no hole that the creature came from. In fact, all you really see is the shuffling prints of where the creature seemingly has been patrolling in some sort of broken patrol path where it's going back and forth across like a 15 or 12-foot area against these walls, as if it was originally meant to patrol the crypt, and somehow
Got stuck.
some magical interference broke its what it was supposed to do beforehand.
Ah,
Make
so the
a,
bell can-
you're-
so the broken spell might have been something holding it there, and when we entered, it broke the spell.
Do a you are well versed in you're well versed in burial rites and various things of Paylor and
Yes.
stuff like that. So roll a I will let you roll an applicable skill to identify this thing. So I'm thinking that's going to be history would work or religion check.
I just got a
Religion check's
19
good.
on religion. I'll just do that. I'll accept that one.
As you're down on your knee looking at these prints, looking back at the pile of bones, looking at these prints, you realize something. The thing you just fought wasn't evil, although it looks evil. It's meant to. It's an ancient form of It's an ancient form of security for family crypts and graves. A crypt thing. A corpse of an individual is imbued with a single purpose to guard a specific area, usually a crypt or a grave site or something important. Its only purpose is to keep the area safe and to guard against grave robbers.
We're not grave robbers, we're
has
trying to loot the
happened.
place.
Yeah. It looks like if something has happened to get with its pre-designed path and guide where it somehow broke long ago. It has been stuck here.
Oh.
Oh.
So,
Okay, I'm gonna put the bones on the dirt and say a quick prayer.
Just throw them on the floor.
No, yeah, but not
As you're-
not disrespectfully. I'm just putting it where, like, in the place that's
Hey,
feasible.
hey, Roach, put the token in the room.
Jesus. I don't work for you. I don't work for you.
Please, God, put the token where the bones are.
Jesus.
Whick crack.
So, as you go in and put the bones down on the ground where it's been patrolling for God knows how long, though you do know that this is not a common thing anymore, especially because usually crypts and things are actually guarded by the living nowadays. Magically made security systems are expensive and also not too
I had to
common
find a
anymore.
willing corpse.
Yeah, so this is
Fancy.
probably a few hundred years old and has been down here just guarding this area, and it's probably been stuck here for a long time as well, as evidenced by a lot of the wealth of of this tomb being just gone. But as you're laying it down, make a perception check.
God, if you bring it back to life again like you did Elric, I'm gonna.
17.
Okay.
I
As
mean, it's
you're-
got no
as
head
you're getting
now.
up.
So.
It's just the shadowy bit with two pinpricks of eyes that moves in
Oh,
weird ways.
I think that's worse, actually.
Are you sure this isn't the Halloween episode?
No, you'll know the Halloween episode.
Good, I'm excited.
Oh, gonna put on my outfit.
Sisters?
Uh,
My outfit's brilliant. It's even got the fake fucking.
I know the movie you're
Text and shit.
referencing, Mitch. I know the movie you're
Fantastic.
referencing.
I'm glad
God
you do.
Damn it. God, that was such a crap movie.
It is, but that's the
Yeah,
reason you
it
kind of
really
watch
did
it.
not age well. It did not age well. But
Oh, God, no.
you come up from laying down the bones, and a bit of light catches your eye as your lit. It's like your lit symbol, right? You have a holy symbol that's lit, or something. Glints off of some metal. You see a small box in the corner of the room. It looks to be wooden in design, new, and freshly placed there.
New. Okay.
Wooden. Does it weigh about
would you
4
like to do?
pounds?
I would like to take it. Adventurer.
There's an exit to your west.
Go under the store. Grab the broomstick.
How did you know there
What
was a
blue-
broomstick?
We need to stop referencing
You
this.
te- You tell me, caller. You seem to know what's going on. Or, no, that was a bad one.
Greg.
But Greg. You pick up the box, and when you pick it up, it seems to weigh about 4 pounds.
Does it have any like markings on it? Anything?
No, it seems to be a nondescript box with a very tough and heavy lock on the
I
front
will
of it.
swap it for these funky runes.
So you come out of the little alcove that you were in previously, and you hear Brunhelm calling out about odd runes in this crypt.
I would go ahead.
Arwan, no, we've been doing this because you're all. What do you do?
I'd like to cast detect magic.
Okay, you cast Tech Magic. Go ahead and do it. Okay.
So 30 feet around me. And this moves if
Are
I
you not
move,
coming
right?
any closer? Are you just doing it from the door? You scared
I
of
mean-
runes?
He's just like hand out, just like.
I want to see everything what might be in the other room too.
Well,
you
yeah,
know.
you would be able to. It's 1 foot of stone will block it, but okay.
You already said these walls were crumbling, you know.
Like I'm
Even if it was a
standing in
footstool,
the
not
doorway.
anymore.
True. You put your hand out and you cast Tech Magic. You do indeed detect magic inside of the crypt that the body is in. You also detect magic that is the crypt. The entire crypt that is open seems to be magically imbued. With this,
Oh,
roll a
boy.
perception check. Now I'm getting into the cadence of Adventure Call. I need to really get off of that. I'm just getting into the cadence for that. That is
Oh,
enough.
Ustinia.
Ustenia, what have you been doing, by the way, Ustenia?
I've been waiting for you all to finish because, everyone's doing things.
He's just taking a break from killing the giant.
Are you
crypt thing.
If you want to, you can say you're taking a short rest during.
Well,
this
I
time
was going to have things. I was going to ask about this. This dead end looks like it's not really a clean dead end, so I was going to investigate it, but, I mean, everyone else is kind of just doing things, and I'm
Well,
kind of saying,
if you
like, waiting.
just
I'm
speak
not.
up if
I'll
want me
follow
to.
you.
Yeah, just speak up and I'll because I'm trying to get everybody's doing there are three.
No,
different
I've
people
heard
doing
that's
three things.
kind of why I didn't speak up,
Yeah.
because I want...
Well, this is
Done by
happening
done by
after,
done.
so I'll do them in time with each other.
Yeah.
So you just did something.
Did
so,
everyone just
or-
refresh their camera?
I
yeah,
did,
I
yeah.
did.
Yeah.
I didn't.
I
Because
didn't.
because this is all happening while Isaac's doing his thing and Arwan and Brunhelm are up there doing the crypt thing. So what are you doing? What do you want exactly to do right here?
This dead end looks like it's got outcroppings leaning out, like there used to be things in it. They just, burst into the alleyway. So I'm just going to investigate this particular dead end because it
So
seems kind
the
of
one you're at right now. There?
yeah, there and the other side.
Roll a perception check, and don't worry, I didn't forget about you, Where's Crimson.
Yeah, I was hoping you had so I could re-roll it.
No, I still
No.
got
I am
Oh,
terrible. I
okay,
perceive nothing.
Ustinia was blind.
Wait, you have bardic inspiration you can use.
You still have bardic inspiration. You have to
I will
earn
use it. I will
Alright,
use
that
it.
means you get a +6 to that,
Yeah.
or plus D6, 1d6. You get a plus to that. So
Well, I mean, it doesn't really help though because it's a crit fail, right?
Yeah.
that is
I'll do perception. I'm down there with him.
actually no. That means you get advantage because if he's helping you with the perception check. That
Oh,
means you get
even
advantage.
better.
Yeah, so you actually just rolled a 24 because you just used your bardic inspiration on that too. So pretty good. You are correct. This does look like at one point there were corridors that came out from here, like small side passages. But you can tell from the rocks here, it's been closed off for many years. The bottoms of these stones seem to be pulverized slightly, and kind of with all the water, they've coalesced it back into like almost a semi-solid state in terms of like it's almost made its own kind of mortar to seal itself up again from just the dust collecting and all the materials. So that seems pretty solid, and the one behind you where Rivallon's at looks to be the same way. These seem to you kind of get the feeling that this was a very large complex of crypts and chambers that has sadly been forgotten about, and because of that has been slowly falling apart over the years. And this is what's kind of left open to you. So although this didn't used to be, this does seem to now be an actual dead end with not too much left in for you to do. You might be able to get some stones out from like the upper bits that might be fresh, but you're looking with your torchlight, and it doesn't seem like there's anything on the other side that you can see right now. It seems to be pretty solid at this point. So,
Alright, cool.
all right. So, Arawan, you did perception, and you did enough for this. You're looking around, using your detect magic to guide you slightly, and you can see runes on the edge of the crypt, the lip of the bottom bit and the lip of the top bit. But because of the way that it fell, bits of the runes in one corner of the top of the crypt have broken off and are no longer glowing, where the rest of the runes are glowing.
Did I just ignore that?
Yeah, you weren't looking there. You were looking at the body.
Oh, okay.
You stated you were going to look at the body inside the crypt, so you're looking in there.
That's what happens when you get distracted by jewelry.
Yep.
Can I use my action so I can see the aurora or whatever it's called around the magical objects?
Sure.
Yeah, well, so I can sense what school of magic or learn its school of magic
Shit.
if it has any.
Probably enchantment.
A second here. D&D schools of magic. D&D schools.
Well, this has an added benefit.
Yeah, I'm not used to somebody thinking that far ahead, or like that. So I need.
Well-
to,
Yeah,
I need to
he's just used to the lack of intelligence in our party rather than.
Well, I thought I was being smart with mending, but it ended up not being smart. So I figured I'd be smart with this spell
Hey,
since it's my
mending's
last
a great
one.
spell.
Yeah, well, I thought it
It's a
was
cantrip as
until
well, isn't it?
You
yeah.
mended the paper. The paper was just useless.
Yeah, you mended the paper. It's just that
Yeah,
the
there's
mending
just
does not
nothing,
also
anything on
imbue back the magic onto it because it doesn't.
Well,
it's
the way I
very,
understood it is it left. Well, I knew it didn't bring the magic back, but I thought it would leave the writing and stuff on it.
What magical paper?
The scroll of thaumaturgy.
There was
that
they found
him
like
found.
what used to be a small hiding place in a dead end of a wall, and when they opened it, there was a couple of bits of what used to be a scroll. So he cast mending on the bits of paper, and it remade the scroll. But the bits of paper that were mended that were new did not have any writing on them because it just remended the paper. It didn't redo the magic.
The magic.
So.
Yep. Okay,
Yeah.
with it.
It's a school transmutation.
Oh. Shit. Okay.
Okay.
But it doesn't seem to be complete. You're getting it's the aura you're getting is magic, but it's definitely not a full. It's no longer complete.
Okay.
Do you speak? Do you read dwarf?
No, I was just gonna ask if anyone spoke dwarf.
You were just gonna
I
ask
speak
if
dwarf.
anyone speaks dwarf while
Well, I
you're
was gonna
looking at
ask
the dwarf.
you first. I was gonna ask you first if you could read it. I don't know.
What
You've
does it
had
say?
hard times reading other things.
I'm offended. What does it say?
You get the torchlight and you start reading. It is a very old form of dwarfish, so I'm gonna need you to make an intelligence check. It's like reading Middle English to modern English.
Oh, Chaucer. Fucking Chaucer. Did anyone ever have to read the Canterbury Tales?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Oh. You're lucky.
I did.
Alright, you
I
get
quite
through
enjoyed
to-
it, though.
It's
Yeah.
it's
same,
thick.
but-
It's very hard to get through because it's using a lot of terminology and grammar that isn't used anymore. It's been simplified over the years and kind of melded into with like kind of mixed in with a bit of common grammar that isn't. This is purely dwarvish, and you're getting the sense that this is some sort of warding spell. This is something to protect against grave robbers as an extra layer of defense. You also sense that this was activated when the crypt's top was jostled out of place
Okay.
and off of the bit. So it's activated, but it's not complete right now. So it's from what you're able to gather here, all of you, brain trust getting together and kind of putting everything together, because Isaac's there as well. Do you inform them what's going on, Isaac?
Or what that I've already learned.
Yeah, of what you learned about the creature. And its
Yeah,
story
I'll
and,
say that this crypt has been guarded. It's been warded and guarded for religious reasons, and that the creature wasn't actually an evil creature. It was to do with the guarding system.
There seems
Make
to
a
be
wisdom.
some kind of spell to ward away crypt
Yeah.
and grave robbers.
Arwan, Isaac, and Brunhelm, make a wisdom check.
I would
Straight wisdom?
suggest
Just straight wisdom.
wisdomous. I'm actually quite wisdomous. Not today. My fucking rolls. This. Oh my god, that's another 3.
You get the sense that this crypt has been open for a long time, that it's been jostled open by a falling stone for a while, and because of the way that it was opened and the way it fell, and the disrepair of the general stonework, that when it was activated, the spell that was originally supposed to most likely kill whoever opened this crypt misfired, and in doing so also broke the ward that the burial chamber as a whole had with the crypt thing that was patrolling it.
Ah, so it was the falling stone that broke the circuitry of the robot skeleton that was it broke
So-
its
Robot skeleton magic man.
it's the thing
you
that
know
broke
a
its
lot about
AI.
robots, huh?
Question
It-
from the elf:
screwed the
what's
AI.
a robot?
Just trying to put that into terms I could understand. I'm sorry. I know.
So this spell is the same
But
one
you
that's
said it in
coughing.
his voice.
on the cuffs or whatever that the female dwarf is wearing.
No, actually, those are completely separate. Those are in a
Oh.
much older form of Dwarvish, probably ancient even in her day.
Oh.
And you cannot, if you applied the same intelligence score, you would not be able to decipher that script
Could
Hey,
right
Isaac,
now.
you're
could
old.
I? You don't know that. I look like 25. Like.
Oh, you're just a
Yeah.
young.
Okay. Can I because I'm a follower of Palor, who is a god who like is
Has a
in,
stutter?
like, talking about life bringing and life, and I noticed that this hand hasn't decayed as much. Can I sort of
I don't think it's not okay as much now.
No, it's
just the
generally the
hand,
corpse
weathering.
is, but the hand is very well preserved. It's like
Yeah.
it's not rotted as some of the other body bits have. Like think of like if you ever seen somebody that's been embalmed way too much, like they're okay. This might
Yeah.
just be because I've studied medical.
slight
stuff.
mummification, more thing, sort of thing.
Yeah, somebody who's been embalmed. Like if you
Yeah.
know anything about this, it might just be a U.S. thing, but way back when in like the 50s and 60s in like the South, when they embalmed people for funerals, they would put way too much embalming fluid into them, and it became a thing. And they had to exhume corpses and stuff for like medical reasons or like crime things. They would still be essentially the same because even after
Wow.
20 years, that's how much.
I mean,
embalming
that's
fluid is
good
put into them.
for like reopening cases and looking at
Not really, because it destroys evidence. Embalming fluid
Oh.
is
Yeah,
incredibly
it's-
destructive.
shit
Okay.
stuff. Huh?
But
Yeah.
anyway,
Sorry,
like,
guys. You guys gonna be cool if I like? I'm falling asleep here. Could I?
Well,
Like,
how
drop
much
out?
longer we got for this session?
We know
another
it's gonna
20 minutes.
Is it? I thought it was like an hour to go.
No,
No,
we
it's
just
just
got
20
another
minutes.
20. Just 20 minutes.
We've been going a little bit. We started a little later because we had that talk in the beginning. Can you last 20 minutes?
Not really.
Or not really. Okay, we could end it here if we.
No, you guys can carry on. My character's not really doing much, and he's just a barbarian guard, so.
I don't
can
think we're
catch up
gonna
with
move
you
We're
up
guys.
just
here.
exploring the crypt, really.
Okay, if you're fine with them going on for another 20 minutes.
Yeah, you
fine.
guys crack on. I'll catch up with you guys like over the DM thing, but I'm done.
Okay,
Okay,
No
buddy.
worries.
Sorry,
Take
guys.
care, pal.
No worries.
take care.
Sleep well. Sorry that you're tired.
So, yeah, sorry. It's just the early mornings, and yeah.
Yeah, no, don't worry. I'm with you there.
Okay. What was I just saying?
Yes, I was asking the fact that like I'm of like kind of a life domain and a preservation domain, and I can speak Dwarvish, and I've got knowledge of this. Can I try and put like 2 and 2 together? Maybe maybe with my magical background of what the rings might be doing or are,
And a bracelet.
and the bracelet, whatever the glowing jewelry on the hand that's not as dead as the rest of the dead thing.
I'll let you make a Arcana check
Shit. Okay.
with advantage.
Doesn't say anything for my rolling. Okay, 18. That's fine. When it counts.
You spend some time. You spend some time sussing stuff out. Looking over everything. And you get the feeling. You read the bracelet. It's very old dwarvish. It does not flow well. It's very, very old. Like a lot of there's letters that don't even exist in the alphabet anymore in this. But you're reading it, and you get the sense from everything that's going on kind of around this, which you can suss out, that this might be some sort of amulet of like rejuvenation. It might imbue some sort of healing magic or life magic upon the wearer. And she was buried with it, which is why it's stayed there. And it might also have some sort of attunement requirement to it, or something to that sense where it cannot be forcibly taken from the body or from the individual that wears them. It has to be
The
willingly given.
individual's dead.
The individual may be dead, but the magical item is not. This is a somewhat powerful life magic, and I would say it's a magical item you need attuning to.
So we can't get it from them.
Well, I guess that would be up to the item.
I also don't know how to do whispers in this.
Slash W.
W space the name.
Chris had to teach me earlier.
I had to teach
Is
myself
it the
earlier.
name that you've given yourself? Like it.
The one on
yeah.
the screen.
Yeah, so if you wanted to whisper to one of us, you just type this name.
So
on
I
the
sent one
screen.
to Roach earlier, and I had to go slash W space God.
Or DM.
Oh yeah, you can just whisper to the DM, can't you?
Yeah. So, what would you like to do?
So you're saying you would be against us trying to take this?
I'm saying you wouldn't be able to take it unless the item was willing. And if the item was willing, I would have no choice. But I would not want any of you to forcibly take it.
Good enough for me. I'm out.
What? What do we have
Um,
to be in?
I'm gonna say a small prayer, and
The
I'm gonna
item
walk
like
out of
us.
the crypt.
So if we
You do-
tried, you wouldn't get mad at us.
You do get the sense that this spell is still dangerous on the crypt, the open crypt.
Oh yeah.
Is still
I would
active.
I would also suggest you don't open the lid of the seal anymore in case of bad
It's completely
things.
off. It's like,
Oh,
like
is
think, think the crypt's like this, and this is the lid.
Oh, I
This-
thought it was
there's-
just
there's
a jar
there's a-
off it rather
No,
than.
the lip was like over, or I'm trying to get that, and a stone hit it, and it kind of like fell down like that.
Yeah, I thought it meant like a corner crumbled and it curved it, so it was like.
No,
half-
it's-
half off. Okay, with you.
No, the corner still, the corner that got hit, like hit the ground as well, and that's what broke the corner off. So that's what's
Right.
going on.
So you're saying it's dangerous to try to take it.
I'm saying that you'd have to dispel it first.
Would that not affect the magic in the item?
No, because
rejuvenation.
it's the you'd have to dispel the box, the warding glyphs on the side. If you were to
Does
possibly
anybody have a magic be gone spell?
or masonry tools and possibly breaking the writing would also work. I'm not going into it, but
Fuck a work, laddie.
I am going to leave now.
I've got a hammer.
Don't hit it with a
I've
hammer.
got a hammer.
Don't hit it with a hammer. It would react badly to that. You'd have to specifically attempt to break the spell bonds rather than the casing stuff. And I am not going to help you.
Yeah,
So
Just-
should we just leave?
said I could break the writing,
Oh, I told you it's possible.
but I can't do it with a hammer.
Here's what I'll do. I'm gonna cast light on Brunham, and then I'm gonna leave. So if she decides to hit it, she can't, or he can. It can. I don't know.
Then I'm going to move to a 200-foot distance for
I'm
explosions.
already gone.
As soon as you cast light on Brunhelm and a
Oh
magical
god, why did you do
effect
that?
goes into the crypt.
Well, considering magic has already been in there, I didn't think it was a problem.
You cast magic outside and then brought it in. You didn't cast magic into the crypt.
Oh my! What have you done? What have you done?
Try to be helpful.
It's a magical SAM site. It's gonna try and shoot the light
just-
How
down.
am I supposed to know? No one explained this to me.
The runes in the crypts, two
Can I
lips,
run?
like the bottom one and the top one. This is all happening very quickly. I'll see if you can start to glow and oscillate as in the split second that the spell lights Brunhelm. And then Brunhelm, you see a black beam cast from one of the runes in the ring of glyphs. And it's going to.
Oh no! I should have stayed in there.
I'm glad I'm out.
That's
No,
a-
I have a natural resistance to to certain types of magic,
Ah.
and I could probably stand in the way and take a brunt of this and not feel too much.
Just need to open this up.
Touches box.
This is so
Touch-
painful.
touches the box. Suddenly, it's the Ark of the Covenant. We're
You're all
and we're the
melting.
Nazis, yeah.
We're the nuts.
I'm just gonna melt.
Where it is
It's all right. I've got a
gray.
heal
There we
spell
go.
left in me.
And if I'm still alive, I can play a Song of Rest. It'll be fine.
I can spare the dying.
Okay. A black ray lances out from the crypt and hits the area that was that the light was cast upon. And
Wait, it wasn't me. Stop! I can't get rid of the light. It was here. It was here.
No. He
No,
cast it
he
on.
cast it.
Where'd you cast it? Because you said you're gonna cast light on Brunhelm before you leave.
Yeah, probably. Probably. I don't know.
Yeah. So
On her.
Probably
She's got
like a
a glowing
hammer.
beard.
glowing bushy beard. So I.
Did I just, or does everyone else just? Because
It just.
Every-
it
Oh
just did
yeah.
that.
Oh, hello.
We just did that. We all lost the cameras.
I'm still here.
Actually, no, it's a plus.
yeah, I
it's a
think
plus
we've all
3.
only got ourselves.
17 versus AC.
Try well.
Oh, hello, people.
Oh, it just hits. Just.
Okay, 17
Uh-huh.
versus AC. You take.
Everyone's telling you in chat to look away.
You take 5. You take 5 damage,
Ow.
and you are at disadvantage for all physical traits for the next day.
For fuck's sake, Arwen! What are you doing, man?
Also, the light goes away.
You're a Geordie.
The light goes away now. Is what.
The light. Be gone. Be gone with it.
Hi.
Isaac
I
is
didn't-
going to sort of try not to laugh.
I didn't know that it would do that. I thought it was just if you tried to take it.
I didn't even try to take it.
That's why I didn't think the light would hurt you. And then I'm gonna walk away and then cast light on myself.
It does fine. Actually, check this for a second. It is. I'll check the chart. Okay. You do, Brunhelm. You do hear the oscillating as he casts a spell. As he walks away for light on himself. You do hear the oscillating runes go for a split second, but not cast anything.
Okay.
By the way, did you pick up that box, Isaac? Whenever you okay.
Yeah, I have the box. Can I expect the box a bit more?
Sure. It's a small box, not too large, but about 4 pounds. It's made of somewhat sturdy wood, but nothing too thick. Like if you really wanted to, you could just break the box completely open with put it on the ground and stomp on it really hard. You could probably break open one of the sides. The lock is fairly thick, about as thick as your thumb in terms of metal thickness, and it has a nice large keyhole in the front of it. And sturdy iron reinforcements to keep it locked. It's flat on all sides. There's no curve to it, and whenever you shake it or anything like that to hear what's inside.
Yeah, go on. I'll shake it.
Shake it like a Christmas present. You hear kind of what sounds like just hundreds of small marbles. Little hard round things hitting each other.
Okay, I'm gonna go at this with my thieves' tools and see if I can open the lock. Out of curiosity.
Thieves' tools.
It's one of my things as an inquisitor. I needed it for breaking it.
You may use thieves' tools by using dexterity as the stat.
I know it'd be dex. What? Oh fuck! I got a 1.
Going at it with the thieves' tools a bit, trying to work the lock. As you're you've got it you're kind of setting down on the stairs outside of the crypt, and you've got it on a slightly higher step, and you're kind of working it. Got the lock in your thing, and
weren't we told not to open the box?
A bit of the lockpick is still inside the lock.
Yeah.
Wait.
We were told not to open
the
box that. Oh, is this the? Oh.
Can I
do apologize.
Can I just
didn't realize this was the quest box.
grab it
Yeah.
from Isaac, just as he's fucked up. Just sort of. I'll take that. Have a look at it.
You have a look at it. It looks like it was obviously tried to be broken into. There's a bit of the lockpick still in there, and there's scratches all on the outside of.
Is there anything that I can do?
You can try and make the lock look much more scratched, but
Wait.
unless you can get the lockpick out of the lock hole, then it's
What
going to
would
still be in there.
I
You
have?
can use more lockpicks to try and get it out.
Wait. I'm gonna ask Isaac for his lockpick that he broke. And I'm gonna cast mending with it next to the part that broke.
Ah, yeah, do that.
Okay, you do so. The lockpick mends itself and becomes whole again. And whenever you go to take it, the front of the lockpick is still stuck in the lock.
Well,
So that's how it broke.
Um,
Now you have more leverage, though, but then again, that's also how it broke in the first place.
I
So
honestly
now you just
didn't-
have a big lockpick sticking out of the lock now.
I honestly forgot that we were here to look for a box. Partially.
You, Isaac, the lovely, lovely man, just tried to break into someone else's private property.
but if I
What's
cast,
that doing for you? Because I don't think Pella's very happy.
if I cast mending on the lock,
I'm an inquisitive. I'm an inquisitor. It's my job to be
You can
inquisitive.
try.
sure, it's a cantrip. I'll just try anything.
What is he doing?
He's casting
Mending the
on
lock.
You hit-
He's
What?
just mending everything.
You're mending the lock. Hey, mending's a great spell.
It's a fantastic spell.
You can do so much with mending. Broken wagon wheel, mending. As long as it's not more than a foot across, that you can do that. Okay, you I'm rolling to see what's gonna happen with this because there's a couple of different options that can happen with that lock.
The box explodes, we all die. Who we were playing next week?
I'm going back to balance. I don't give a fuck.
Oh, okay. 2. You cast mending on the lock, and you hear little bits of the internals kind of clicking together, and the lockpick comes out, and the lock goes slack.
Did it just unlock?
Well, shit.
Just did. It is now fixed.
Can I
According to the
please?
spell.
Can
I
I
would.
please grab it, please, and then use sleight of hand and hang on, okay? Everyone.
In front of us while we are holding the
Sleight of
box. You're gonna try
hand.
and...
Shh, I'm gonna
Like,
turn
I'm
away from you.
What are you gonna do?
Touching
Make it disappear?
You're small enough to be picked up. We could just turn you upside down and shake you.
Well,
Yes.
you could.
Yeah, that's true. I do not trust the man with the cherry smile with a 5-foot barge pole. So I want to see what he wants us to bring to him.
Okay. I'm going to need you to... I'm going to need you to roll a dexterity check to try and get it out of their hands before they kind of react to it, because you're taking it away from them. And then you'll be making a sleight of hand check against their passive perception. Actually, against their active perceptions, because they'll be on alert.
Yeah.
This is stressful.
It's a hard fucking check you're trying to do. You like go up to him and just, hey, give it to me, and he's like, you can't. He's just like, Isaac instinctively pull it away.
Especially because all Isaac has to do is just lift it up.
Yeah.
I just take it from Arwen and just...
Don't die, Parrot. It's not that funny of a joke.
Oh, I just figured you were still holding it. I was just trying things like, can I mend the lock? Can I mend the lock?
He's actually gonna die.
Oh, I can't see anything.
I just choked on my own saliva.
Considering that's something created by your own mouth, that's pretty darn spectacular.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
So,
Bold strategy,
you just,
Kat.
you
Oh
just
my goodness.
instinctively, Isaac, you just instinctively pulled it away as
And he's too tall.
Brunhelm tried to take it away from you. Now you got it above him.
Do I
you have an
realize that it's unlocked now?
Oh, pretty obviously, because it's an old lock, so it's not like it's got a it's not a pin. It's like a hinge, so it's like a hinged open.
Do I detect magic?
I still have detect magic, and I haven't seen anything.
No, you haven't detected any magic, but no.
Okay. Can I using I'm guessing in my thieves toolkit I have something to help me detect traps.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah, can I just
I don't believe you, Para.
just sort of kind of keeping it like at my head level, which is 6'5" in the air. Just
You have like
try
a
and,
very
check
thin
it
piece
first.
of. It's like a
Like-
very thin piece of bronze or like tin or something like that. Very
on,
very thin.
on another
And you-
stick. Yeah, it's angled.
Yeah, and you're kind of running it along the edge, and
Trying to see if
don't-
there's
you
any
don't-
like clicking.
you don't
traps.
hit any latches or anything like that.
Okay, I'm gonna like grab my hood, like put it over my face a little bit, just in case any gas appears, or anything. Like I just want to be my airways to be covered, and I'm gonna look inside the box that we're not meant to open.
You were never meant to open.
Do you have no sanctity for other people's belongings?
Not when I don't trust them.
Just hold on a moment. I am in desperate need of some healing at the moment. I'm actually in a lot of
Put
pain.
down the box.
I-
Give me the nails. Don't worry where you put it.
Hang on,
The box.
hang on.
I'm in a lot of pain.
Is this a thing in this game? Is an insight check a thing in this game?
It is.
Insight check on Bruntel. who's
Can I do a
very
deception check?
suspiciously on the
Well,
okay,
okay, you
I gotta-
didn't you didn't want to say that you were doing a deception check, because then now you.
Well,
now
I
you
only
know
got a
why.
deception.
6,
He
so
wants
just,
to do an insight. What do I do?
Well, I was going to
it
have
would
you
be-
either. I was
Persuasion?
going to have you roll. I was going to have you roll outside of the game either a charisma check or a deception check. But since you already said deception, just roll deception.
I only got a 6, which is a roll of a 2.
My
because I have a
plus is a
4 to
6,
that.
so I had to get better than you.
Unless you got a crit fail, then it automatically fails.
You think they're okay? Hold on. All right. So you open the box though.
Yeah.
You already opened the box. Okay. So just so I can describe it, because I was trying to find it in my notes. You open the box, this wooden box, and on the inside, almost to the rim, you see hundreds, maybe thousands of very small, milky, kind of. They almost look like milky clear, like it's supposedly it's clear, but there's like a cloudiness to it. Little, almost ball bearings, but bigger than ball bearings. Like maybe, I'm trying to think of like a size.
Like pearls?
Almost like pearls, but a little smaller than that.
No, smaller
You
than
can get small pearls.
Smaller than that. But yeah, you get the kind of size. Like if I was gonna say, like if you had a D12 in front of you, maybe about half the size of a D12 in terms of volume.
Oh, so like an opal.
Kind of, yeah. But
Again,
hundreds
you
or
get
maybe
different
thousands of these in this box. About 4 pounds worth of them in there. And they're
Hey,
kinda
let's get some
clanking
cupcakes.
around. Are you sure you can handle that? You just
Yeah, I was gonna say,
you
weren't
almost
you
choked
just
on your own
complaining about-
fluid.
I take offense, but
I know you.
that's fair enough.
What? So you see that in front of you. You're an inquisitor, which means okay, an inquisitor in the way you're describing it. Are you law enforcement in any way?
I'm law enforcement for my church, my religion. I would do just things like I would help law enforcement.
Make an intelligence check at disadvantage.
Okay, fuck. Intelligence. My rolls
no
today
idea.
are not on.
You have no idea what these are, and nobody else can see them because you're so tall.
Okay, so.
How much time we got left? I think we're over.
That
We're over.
was
Yeah,
1
I think
minute.
it's-
1
yeah.
minute over.
So, I think we'll end it here with you having just opened the chest that you weren't supposed to open.
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
Oh, that film. But yes, thank you so much for joining us.
It
for
was
this.
his wife's head.
Thank you so much for joining us for this week. For Sleeping Giants, we are going to be back every Wednesday at 7:30 BST. That is 2:30 Eastern Standard Time, and I think
1:30 Central.
1:30 Central. 12 noon 30. Noon 30. That's not a thing.
12 noon 30.
Well, 12
It's either
noon
that or
30.
11. I'm not sure because
The
Mountain Time
highest
matters, so I
of
don't know if
noons.
it's an hour.
Oh yeah, I'm not sure. I swear there's 7, but anyway. Yeah,
way.
but thank you for joining us. We'll be back next week with more of this. And also, there's now more than one way to listen. You can not only see the many streamers stream their thing, but there is also a podcast version put together by yours truly with a special extra narrator and some bonus features. You can check
It's
that
awesome.
It
Seriously.
is awesome.
out.
It's so good.
You can check that out. You can get the world primer in the first episode, for example. There's links to that now appearing in my Twitch chat, and I'll put them in the description of this video. I really hope you guys enjoy that. You can get that on both Podbean and on iTunes, and hopefully, after today, it might end up on Spotify as well. So keep your ears open for that. And there'll also be extra bonus features listed within episodes as well coming soon. In the next couple of episodes as well, so stay tuned for that. Thank you so much to obviously Commissar Roach for creating this campaign, even though I didn't see most of it today. But
The audience got to see it though.
I don't know. It was great because the time I got here, I got banished into another realm, so it was just black screen for me for most of this session. But I hope you all enjoyed it. I hope the audience enjoyed it. And sorry again that I wasn't here. And yeah, thank you for the players for joining me as well. We'll be back next time.
Bye.
Cool.
Adios.
And we're offline.
What's the name of the podcast?
Sleeping Giants, no?
Do you
Well, I was looking it up on YouTube. Not YouTube. Fucking iTunes. Jesus.
It
words.
should be Sleeping Giants Reborn.